Well, guys, we are back once again on Sunday, and we're about to have some fun talking about some LCS teams because the summer split hopefully starts this week coming up, right?
Yeah.
Maybe? And we're going to talk about the MSI finals. Not much to really recap there, honestly, but we'll go over a little bit, honestly. Maybe how I feel about the LPL teams and just the Korean teams in general as well. And we also have us going over the NACL drama that has exponentially exploded in the last past couple of weeks, actually. So yeah, guys, get ready for a banger show. Let's go, boys. Let's do it. And what is going on, everybody? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 8, episode 4. I know last week's episode was really big. It was just absolutely insane how much information came out regarding just everything last week. But this week, there's still a lot to really go over and break down, but it won't be as long as we had it last week. I think last week, that was our first 3-hour show in a while. Actually.
Yeah.
My God. And everyone liked it. I checked the average view duration of the show after.
We had to go over a shit ton of stuff. We can't even go over the final, man. We got to go over everything prior.
Yeah. TSM deciding to just leave the league and shit. You know,
go become an Asian team because Reginald's Asian. Reginald, that's not how that works.
Why is Jen's titties hanging out? I love it.
Stupid.
But yeah, last week, if you guys want to go watch the show to catch up on everything before you watch this one, you can do so. But yeah, there's been so much that has happened. So many different takes in the scene, so many different ways that people have been talking about certain things. And I've said this many years ago, and I still say this to this day, is there are aspects of traditional sports you can apply here, but you really can't in a lot of different aspects, because not only does esports in general make significantly less money than traditional sports, it's also not as popular as traditional sports, and almost never will be. That's the key difference. Is a lot of people factor in. A lot of this is based around money. People factor in. The NFL is owned by those teams that you guys see play every Sunday, every week when the season's going on. You know, a lot of things are so much different in the NFL and NBA and other leagues compared to this. This is really not the same thing.
Don't forget, it took about 20, 30 years to get
people thinking that they just got that. Oh, we just asked for it. And no, that shit took years to get. Literally, I'm talking actual years. A lot of growing pains, a lot of hardships. Yeah, you had investment into the scene. But I felt like when that happened, people had an idea of, okay, I invest this much money and it goes this far. Yep. With esports, it kind of feels like people are just throwing money to a dark hole, and there's no actual way to get this money to be useful. Even though, yeah, I can agree to a certain extent that you need to invest something. That's perfectly fine. But what you're investing in should kind of, what's that saying? You get your dollar's worth. You should get every dollar worth if this is what you're investing into.
Recoup what you invest. And
You
can't really
profit in this scene. That's what people keep forgetting. Esports has never really made money like that. I don't know where that came from. I don't know who they listening to. I don't know what grifter went into these LCS owners meetings with Riot and went, we can make so much money here. Look at all these kids playing video games and playing them Switches and them Xboxes and them PlayStations. Just showing you wait, the PlayStation sold 20 million units in 2023. And you're thinking, how does that affect us? Yeah, but the Xbox, it sold 50 million units, you know? It's like, wait, what? I feel like these people are getting, I don't usually use the word grifter. I think it's just cringe as fuck to use that word, but so many people are straight getting getting worked by some of these people here.
The way it is you form a team, you give a budget, And then what you do is you build talent out of the team, you make it good. And the more you win, the more sponsorship you get. The more sponsorship you get, more money you get.
Yeah.
Now you got fan bases wanting to buy your merch.
Right.
And then after that, you just keep winning. And then you get to the point where you make profit.
Yeah.
In a sense where, like,
there were some orgs that were like doing well, profitable. They were almost to profitability by what I remember. They were almost there, but then franchising came in, VC came in, promotion relegations was over, right?
Yep.
You could literally have a team in the LCS, and you could also have a challenger team. If your challenger team won, they get promoted to the LCS. But as Riot ruled, you cannot have sister teams in any competitive league ever anymore after past 2014. You cannot have sister teams anymore. And what happened?
I mean, that's supposed to be it. You can't have two teams owned by the same org.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. You because that basically just gives an org two chances of winning. Because you can literally have one roster pop off, and if one doesn't, then you have a fail safe. I get it. That's that decision. I 100% agree with them. You should not have sister teams, but teams basically went. I have an LCS team, or I have a European LCS team, and then if that team wins challenger, I can sell that spot for like $1 million plus to the new guy who wants to be in the league. It was a way to make money. It really was, but that's banking on a huge chance of your team winning. But hey, possibility.
But the issue is with league a lot of times. There's no backup players. Your academy team or your challenger team is your backup player, but there's no backup for them.
Yeah. Now, I think you've been trying to understand. There's so many issues with the scene in general that people keep trying to like avoid and evade, and keep trying to talk as if like we have these things when we've never did. You know, saying, "Oh, traditional sports, it works like this." Well, we're not traditional sports, and that model that you're talking about has been in place ever since they began their league, and they've actually worked on fixing it to the point where you see it now. We don't have any of that. And I don't even know how to go about building a system like that. Because we're going to talk about the NACL later, but it's just like, holy crap, people are so stupid.
Even with traditional sport, it took decades.
Because people think you can just do this in 6 months.
Isn't
that crazy?
Because think about the NFL. There was back in the day, there was only like 30-something players. And the way you would do it is, okay, you got your offense, you got your defense. And some of your star players would be on the special teams, but then you realize their star players can't be on the special teams because they get injured. Now you got to find that backup. Now you're losing money because that backup player got injured.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, cool. Okay, we have to have 33 players. Crazy number. 33 to 36 players. But then you need more players. You need backups of certain players of certain team, certain positions, and then like that's how they get to the number 53. You need backup quarterbacks. You need a kicker, and a punter. You kind of want a kicker that can also be a punter and vice versa. A punt returner, who can also be a kick returner. You got so many positions that are utilized by the same person. It's like, all right, cool. There are certain positions that are like disposable in a sense where you could just fuse them. Like in the last couple of years, the NFL really got rid of the fullback. The fullback ain't a position anymore. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, the fullback used to be the person who was not faster than running back, but more heavier that he could take hits. But the running back just kept getting bigger and bigger. And he spaced out the fullback. And now it's going back to league. Every team you need 12 to 15 people. You need 5 people who are always scrimming with the first or second team, but they don't play. They're there for if that first, like the person on the league on the academy team. It's like this. It's kind of like in the NBA. If like LeBron James goes out, whoever plays that same position as LeBron James gets promoted up, and they know it's temporary. And then you got somebody behind them that takes their spot. And then but the issue is that costs more money. Now you're sitting in a situation with the Challenger League where you kind like these orgs need them because say they have a visa problem again, or they have a problem where somebody gets sick, because that COVID thing messed everything up. Because now it made it sick. And
okay, yeah. So everyone who's watching that doesn't know, to get a work for esports, you have to get a work visa.
yeah,
It's always been a problem with esports. Even like you follow TSM too, right?
Don't forget that's with everything you need a work visa.
Oh yeah.
But the way esports, they get around it because
people don't say this out loud. People don't really kind of consider esports a job. So when you have a visa issue like that, you have to convince these people that, hey, I'm working in this company. I'm going to play under these people.
The way it looked like for esports is they have to go with the student route, like the student.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too.
Remember Leffit from TSM? He always had issues getting visa coming over here to play.
Yeah,
right.
Because think about this. Let's keep it honest. Like the esports, definitely in America, it's kind of like a school. You're in there for a couple weeks to months. It's kind of like a semester. Yeah. You're in there for what? LEC 10 weeks at a time, like 6 to 8. 6 to 8, 10 weeks at a time.
Pretty much, yeah.
In the summertime, a little bigger. That's me. You could treat them like a student, and then it's like that, because student visas get.
And in fact, as with anything government related, you know this too. You got to apply for it. You got to do meetings. You got to wait till it comes in the mail. You know,
you gotta make sure it's the right name, because sometimes so many people fuck.
Yeah. If you mess up your application, now your whole team's screwed.
No. It's not even applications. This is what I realized, and I realized back in 2019. Someone at the DMV and the licensing thing for security said, a lot of times these people will fuck up your name on purpose to make sure that you get it correct. Sometimes people will fuck it up and then not realize it, just keep it moving. But if you get caught, that can be considered fraud, because it's not your real name. It's some trickery shit. That's why you gotta make sure that your name on the application right, and then when you get the ID, that's your actual name spelled correctly.
Right,
address and all that shit.
There's been times in the league where if a player didn't get his work visa by a certain week, he wasn't going to be able to play on the starting roster. Like Broxton talked about the team at the time. At a certain point, if he didn't get that visa in that specific week, he was not going to be able to play for them at all.
I think that could have helped
FlyQuest because for visas to factor in, if yours get rejected, because these things can get rejected if anything goes wrong with anything government related, you reapply for it. Yeah, you reapply for something, it's not just in a week.
But don't forget also that now with how America's like political size, certain countries, it's gonna be harder for Chinese players to come over.
You right now with Quid, people say he might not be able to get here the first week of the games for 100 Thieves, right?
Yeah.
And just look at how that's going to impact their roster too. Then when he gets, because factor in, when people go through teams, you have to get your players in, you scrim, you do like activities and shit like that. Now he's going to be a week behind, and that it may be 100 on the FlyQuest situation where the random guy you put in could work out very well, but now this other guy comes in and he's the better player, but he's behind. He's a week behind. Getting to know the players and stuff like that.
The one thing, I think Legacy's been scrimming with him over in Korea. That's why they might have that leg up. FlyQuest, they apparently did. I'm like, okay, I
remember last week when we went over those comments. FlyQuest, the beacon of hope for NA. You mean the same motherfuckers you guys were ragging on for swapping out Winsome like during the split, and they literally just fucked that dude over? Yeah, the hope for the region is FlyQuest. The people who can't even manage a first place roster properly. Go fuck yourselves. Good lord, people are such virtue signaling pieces of shit around here. Holy shit! Oh my god,
it was sad because of course Ayla was your starting guy, but it's like when you have someone doing good, you're stuck in that conundrum where do I
could understand a world where you give him 2 weeks to play, let him see if it works out. But after about a week or two, hey bro, it ain't working out. I'm sorry, man. It is what it is. We're putting Winsome back in.
The thing is. That's the issue too. When you stuck paying that amount of money, you're in a sense It's kind of like when you keep that player on, like the backup's better, but damn, I'm paying this much to sit on the bench, and that whole
and you
thing.
Screw over him too because he feels like, man, did I do something wrong? I feel like I was doing everything right. Like what did I do to deserve this?
And then you mentally fuck both of them, and you get stuck in that situation because, like I said, money will fuck up anything. Like money will fuck up anything when you have
and that Ayla thing was
it.
a visa. That Ayla thing was a visa thing. People forget that's a visa thing.
That's why I think LCS should go back. If the player's not there first 2-3 weeks, that player is ineligible to come for the rest of the
because that could really screw over like momentum and synergy and a lot of shit. Honestly.
That's also screwing up money because now you gotta wait for this. You're waiting longer.
You're paying that guy who's not even playing.
You're paying a guy who's not even practice your team.
Yeah.
You're just
then he's behind the practice. He's not got a chance to scrim with these guys. And
other guys are getting getting
developing synergy together. Yeah,
with the other guy. And then when in the thing he started competing against people, and they had who they first lose to? It was TSM. It was like TSM, and that was like one of those things where it's like, oh, FlyQuest is beatable, but it was like that was only win some, and then even with that they bounced back. It was like, okay, they're able to bounce back, and then you're like, okay, they're able to bounce back, and it was like Ayla, it was like, oh shit, the synergy was there, but I think the play synergy was there, but I think sometimes the personality just doesn't work. Like,
yeah, it just really looked like they just didn't like playing with him.
It was just they got too used to Winsome, and Winsome he's probably just a better overall person, and maybe not player, but maybe personality. Sometimes the personality could outshine. That's why when so many players that suck, but people say, "Oh, he's such a nice person," because his personality outshines. But I think with Ayla and Winsome case, I think Winsome.
But why doesn't that work for Revenge? Because I heard he's so good, but everyone keeps telling me he's so good. But every time I see him on the server, he looks like shit.
Because because they try to give that excuse of, oh, it's just the team around them. That was the same thing with LeBron for the first 7 years.
Yeah. It comes to a point where, for me, this is how I just look at things. I don't think everyone else has to. At some point, when do you put the blame on that guy? Like, because you can't keep skip. Because for anybody else, when you look at how you analyze players, anybody else that you deem that you don't like as much as the player, you would rag that person all day. But the person that everyone likes doesn't get ragged on as much because they just like that person more.
I think from last
year, I just wish people would just admit that. Like, if you like him more and you don't want to rag him as much, that's fine.
I think from last year with Immortals, I think that was the whole team synergy thing. I think.
Oh no, he stunk for a while. But him stinking wasn't as bad as like Lost and fucking Ignar stinking. It wouldn't have mattered because their whole team is terrible. You know, you have, and like that's the problem with Jack too. Is like why would anybody take a chance on Ignar and Fake God? Fake God is dog shit. Fake God is bad for a long time.
Is it Ignar on
Ignar now is on NRG.
Yeah,
and the thing, I can't blame Ignar for what happened with James Hollis. That was a sinking ship from like week one. There's literally nothing he can do. He literally went into a sinking ship.
No, apparently there was a sinking ship before week one. They said Jensen took less just to try to prove himself, and it was like, yeah, he proved himself, but it was like you cost too much. It's like you're in this.
What's the thing with the thing with Michael Jordan when people said he came back from retiring was that that could ruin your legacy or tank your legacy if you come back and play bad. Like no one thinks he played bad, but what did it get you?
That's why people like. That's why I think Sean's the only one I know that puts him above Devil. I think that one Final Four appearance in Worlds does not match the amount of LCS dominance Double have had. I think because when you're dominant in one World, but then every other time you get there, like every other at 18, you start looking like he knows how to compete when the lights get tough.
There's a ceiling to Jensen. Like I would say that he back in the day before last year's Worlds, he could get you out of groups. He really could. Outside of he's only ever missed like 2 group stages, the three 2015. 2019 and 2022. So for the most part, he's got a decent record internationally. Remember, he was part of that TL team that went to the MSI finals with Double Lift 2. It's just like people got to realize there's some, even with sports, some people are just good, but then there's guys that are just better. When he faces people that are just better, I mean, it's just that's Kurt. Like what things that you said? Curtain strikes midnight. Yeah. At some point, that happens for a lot of people. Well, for everybody. At some point, you can do really, really well. You can get on a hot streak. You can play above what people think. At a certain point, when you face someone clearly better than you, you are going to get destroyed, and that's just it's not your fault.
You tend to get destroyed.
Yeah.
That whole G2 2019 made me look like sometimes the better team doesn't always win. It's the better prepared team.
Best prepared team. Oh, they had big chemistry together too.
DRX last year, Gen G the last couple of years in domestically.
Dude, you know fans are such fucking pieces of shit, man. You know how fans always say, man, because they look now, man, where's my G2 2019 team, man? Where's my G2 team? When I've been watching this for a lot. I remember when that G2 20 team was playing, people say, but they're just getting lucky all the time. What the fuck? But people say they don't want that. People say, well, where's my G2 2019 team, man? I missed that era. These are the same people who are shitting on them for winning. They're the same people who are shitting on them for winning. And I know people didn't watch the games. I would know if you did, because people act like they were getting shitted on in these games. No. The only series they really shouldn't have won was the Damn One games. That one I can agree with. It really shouldn't have beat Damn One. They were probably worse than Damn One overall. I agree with that. Other than that series specifically itself, all of those series they were very competitive in, very close. We're talking like, dude, the SKT series, none of us a game very, very close. That was just a back and forth series overall, and they won it. They won 3-2. Then since TL upset IG, I mean, G2's not losing to Team Liquid that year. Come on, who we kidding here? They were gonna win MSI if TL magically took out IG, which they did. Right? Then at Worlds, they got other groups. They somehow beat Damn One, despite what they say, win 0-30 against them in scrims. That's fucking crazy. Then they beat SKT. One less game than the last time they beat them. Then 2020 Worlds, they beat another Korean team 3-0 this time around, which was Gen G, but Gen G's always had those weird performances.
Gen G's one of those that can win
beatable Korean teams,
LCK, but it loses in the most inopportune times.
Yeah, people are trying, like, I knew this would happen. I knew people would say bullshit like that. Man, I missed that G2 2019 team. Feels like we had a real chance to beat the Koreans.
Dude, MSK,
I hate people, man.
MSK, you remember I said the minute tournament format over, people are going to say, oh, I miss tournament format. The fuck? You say that was the most degenerate format of all time. I don't miss it. I don't miss tournament format.
I don't miss that format.
I missed the first half before the Shizu cards.
Dude, this format we're in right now, we had all these different decks that could do like anything in top right. When it goes back to we know it's going to revert to a 1-2 deck meta at some point later on this year. Yeah. People are going to be like, man, I missed that Cashiro format with all those decks. But didn't you say it was too many decks? You said you couldn't play with too many. I hate people so much.
That's the same thing with Joshua Smith. I was like, he missed too many decks, but it's like, oh, he was happy circling. I was like, dude, you know what? And I remember me watch that Caliphate video, and then I said after.
Also, Rainer, how you doing, bro? No, we're gonna go over it. Don't worry. We're just, we're gonna go over it. Don't worry, man.
Okay, that one we did go over in the last.
Yeah. Or if you want to go over it, sure, we can go over it now. But yeah, finish what you were saying, and we'll just go over it then.
Don't forget, and that's the whole thing with the whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing, and that comes back to League. It's like it's a format now, and we could talk more about this in Yu-Gi-Oh. Dude, this format right now. Matter of fact, if we're still doing the Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, I'll definitely go into more about this.
Yeah. But what I'm bringing up is people don't know what they lost until it's gone. It was like a song lyric I heard in a Soup Dog song.
No, people hate it. It's the shirt. I remember. I take two phrases from two rappers, P Diddy and Drake. People are going to hate me now, and then they're going to thank you later. They're going to hate you. But then they're going to thank you for the later. It's like when you break.
And guess who built that G2 team? Carlos did. Carlos helped build that team. LEC just throws him out because
it's reasons. Because if you say it's because of that whole thing was in your team, it's you.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back, which is stupid. But there's other things before that.
I think it was that whole thing where they gave money to Fnatic, and then was it Fnatic?
They got. I think it's always. You know how people don't like you sometimes. Okay, you ever watch that? You probably weren't in school when you watched it. Remember that old VHS tape movie based around Rome and Caesar overthrowing Brutus?
Yeah,
or Brutus overthrowing Caesar.
Remember that movie? I was in school before you.
No, remember that movie that teacher always show you in
Yeah.
history? It's like, I feel like it's like that movie. People don't like a motherfucker so much because he's super successful than them, and they just kind of work on overthrowing him. And then when there's a moment you can do it, they just seize it right there.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me with the job. The minute I quit, they knew, all right, cool. He quit. All right, we don't have to have it on the schedule anymore, even though he did put his 2 weeks. It was like, I remember because I talked to the guy from work. He was like,
collectively, I would say both of them. It was collective because it's for LEC. Because if you saw the LEC uproar on Twitter that day, you had to be there that day.
Like I said, it was that whole thing. Once he lent that money to that team, and now he loosely had control over 2 teams. They was like, no, that's too much power. Like how Kanye West says, no.
Did you read that article that I sent you back in the day? He did that. Yo, he did that. He literally could have at one point owned Fnatic and G2.
And what that Kanye West song, no man should have all this power. And Ryan was like, oh no. This motherfucker could buy 2. This motherfucker at one point could just buy the whole fucking LEC in. No.
Oh, he was the first org owner to come out and say, man, we got a lot of leeches at the bottom of this league just feeding off of our success. Oh, Lord.
I mean, is he lying?
You can say that in America, but in Europe, when you got Europe's just more different when they look at that stuff. But I agree with him. He's speaking the facts, you know?
Hell yeah.
What's up, Canadian? Goodbye, Canadian. All right, so.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Founder of Stopping Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Why are you so black?
What are you talking?
All right, so Rainer wanted us to go over the BLG stuff. All right, so let's start with the Korea stuff. So Korea, this is really hard one to go over. Where do we start? Okay. We'll start off where we did it last week. Remember we were talking about did they underperform? I look at it like this. Multiple different ways. There's not one specific way to look at it. If there's top 4 teams in the world and they're supposed to be the best at the event, then logically these better teams can beat these other better teams. That's just anybody should expect that.
At any given moment, you can lose to anybody that's remotely close to your level.
Do people overrate Korea at certain points? Yeah, I can agree with that. People overrate Korea quite a bit, right?
Like
if that's not
there's two things. There's 2 things to Korea. They're looking at it through how dominant Korea once was. Mm-hmm. They look, and also with Faker, they still look at Faker for like that.
Faker was LeBron James for casting. I swear, people just suck him off. He could throw a game, completely throw games, and it doesn't matter because he's Faker. It just doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
Just saying, man. What is this LeBron James and that one fucker on ESPN who keeps sucking off LeBron and his BB?
No. Which one? Because there's so many people. There's so many people sucking off LeBron. It's not even funny.
The main black guy they have on. Fuck, I forgot his name. He's in all the memes. Oh, I forgot his name. Jesus
Stephen
Christ.
A. Smith?
Yeah, there you go.
No, because he don't suck off LeBron. You talk about Nick Wright, Brian Woodhurst. Oh, trust me, there's a bunch of people sucking off LeBron.
Like, and I agree.
Stephen A. don't suck him off, but he does put the cape on for him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he be putting on
Dude,
that.
You watched the LCK season this year, right? Faker played good. Faker played fine for the most part. He played really good. Arguably top 3 mid. I feel like he broke out of that top 4 threshold. He was constantly in the 4th place-ness. He played better than Showmaker. He played better than. He didn't play better than was like BDD and Chovy. That was it.
I think Chovy
was fine.
Chovy was a 50-50 coin flip. And what it was is, I think by the time they voted all team, he was playing better than Chovy. Once it got to the playoffs, Chovy started playing better. Like
if you had Faker as your all pro first, that's fine. Yeah, BD was playing fine the whole season. Even when KT Roaster was shitting the bed, he was playing perfectly fine.
BDD was probably the best mid laner. I think the issue was it was just the team he was on.
His team was really bad up until a certain point.
If you switch Faker and BDD, like T1 probably goes undefeated. I'm not saying Faker's the reason why they lost that one series. T1 just trolled that whole series. They did not want to go undefeated. And sometimes it feels like teams want to lose just to get that undefeated pressure off because people look at how the Patriots failed in the Super Bowl and they really don't want. They rather lose before they get to the final. I'd rather go undefeated. Fuck it. I'd
rather have a legacy of just going undefeated too. I agree.
The BLG Marcelo Barbera from or the guy who was 17 all in YCS. I'd rather go undefeated.
I don't know, be what the Hayden Christensen guy did when undefeated at YCS, then lost, then went. He basically went undefeated until Worlds that year. Remember?
Yeah.
Literally bricked.
Yeah, Eric Christensen literally bricked on Blue Eyes, and that's how.
What's crazy about that story is he bricked in the very last game to get USA's first Worlds win ever. That's
in a mirror match. I'm like, damn that. I told you at all fails. See, that's like Kaba always comes up second. Think about it. If he was playing Dark Magician, he might have won. I'm just trolling, but yeah, I'm just saying, man. If he was playing Dark Magicians, he probably would have won because Blue Eyes, when they will fail you.
And I'll say this, depending on whoever you watch into the power rankings, people are gonna have their own analysis. I don't think I underrated the Asian teams. We all said they're going to be top 4, but we also did say it's going to be a mixed match of either one.
It's going to be a mixed match. I think you put T1. It's like because but JDG won. It's like, do you still put JDG over T1? To be
fair, outside of fan bias, I wanted them to win, but
it's a coin toss. It's really a coin toss.
Yeah, because people are factoring. We were talking about the best teams in the world. These guys are so good. Literally, guys, any of these guys can beat each other. It's not like.
It's literally who wants it more.
It's basically like one of these teams messes up at like minute 10 with taking a Rift Herald and the game's just over. It's like we're talking margins like that thin. We're talking like razor thin margins here.
Because a Rift Herald 10 minutes, these motherfuckers could come back. If a West team fucked up against the Eastern team, it's GG because
right.
That's gonna be the only team I can see in the West that comes back from that is G2 because G2 is like But now it's like the whole thing. It's like Caps is 3 or 4 years older from the last time he was like MSI dominant. That's Caps 4 years older, a little more.
I'll say this: I had Copium with the G2 BLG series, but the C9, I was like, no, they're not being BLG.
Oh no,
who we kidding here?
I had a little bit, but
oh Lord!
I saw. Oh shit! I saw G2. I was like, they could bounce. It's one of those things
because you saw that close game against Gen G in Game 4. You're like, they have it somewhere here. Somewhere here, it's good.
There's somewhere in there. It's like there might have to be a player swap. Like maybe Caps just retires. Like I think it was 2024.
The same thing you said about Faker. Maybe it's time you kind of get rid of Caps. Maybe it's that time you got to think about that.
They shut up 3 years ago. Fuck's sake.
I think after 2020, Caps should have been. I think Caps was done. I think sometimes a team reaches its peak, and then there's no higher you can go.
Yeah. Now, I'll say this, though. I think the LPL had a better read on the meta than the LCK, but people let's not obviously not you guys, but let's not pretend here that T1 was out of that series against JDG. Like, that was a very close series between the two. They were, like, and T1 also beat Gen G. That was a very close series in and of itself. Like, BLG, they got ripped apart by JDG. Like, that's why we said, I mean, it's not going to be a DRX, one of those last year. They're going to get ripped apart again. Like, let's be honest here.
BLG scaled up, and then they reached the one team that kept just back up on their ass. Think about it. You got Gen G that might have been a little bit overhyped.
Yeah, I'll say that.
They come off being T1, but it was like
because Gen G's reading the meta. I told you before. I watched other games. They have a very defensive play style, and their offense is dictated by how much defense they can block from you. But if they're not playing offensively, if another team is just better offensively playing against them, they're just going to get
it's like the same thing with Battle Boss. It's like the same thing with Battle Boss. Like this year, Saw Blaze won. It was like, dude, I didn't see that one coming because Saw Blaze went in, defeated Minotaur, and he had once you defeat. All it takes is one win, and your confidence starts getting up. Now you start getting that itch. Like, dude, it's like I said, it's when you go to local, you beat that second deck, you beat that third deck. Now you like, I can go undefeated. I got this.
Right. And the thing here with the Asian teams is they don't. I would hope to think, I don't know.
Yeah,
they don't like break down in scrims like Western teams do, where they just mentally just give up. Asian teams go, there's still a chance for us to win. You might be faker, but I don't give a fuck.
Because they're told not to. Because a lot of them are trained not to have their emotions on this league. It's like.
Some of the robots?
Somewhat, dude. That's the same thing I am when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon. More Pokemon. Like if I know there's 1% of me can win, I usually try to find that 1%. I'm looking, and that's the one thing I tell about a lot of times with League. You have seconds to minutes to right? Like you're talking to each other. Hey guys, they're gonna go for this. We're gonna let them get Baron, but we're gonna have two people over. We're gonna make them waste time get Baron. We're gonna get Drake or vice versa. Because we already, it's like you start strategizing. All right, cool. We need to let them get something. It's like a lot of times.
And the thing with the Asian teams also is they're willing to give something up, but they know they have a counter right then. They're ready to go.
Like a lot of those Asian teams, okay, let them get Cloud Soul, and then we'll take Elder Drake from them.
Right? Yeah. If you get Soul, we'll just take 2 turrets away from you.
Yeah, we'll take 2 turrets, and then we'll beat you to get a Baron. We'll get your we'll have 2 people behind you. We'll take out your ADC, and then
jeez, we're talking about these Asian teams. Man, the West really does suck when you really look at it. We fucking trash.
We'll trade Baron for Nexus.
Okay, that's never a good trade.
Oh god, man,
don't run a 100 Thieves game.
No, man, that file like goddamn you bring up bad memories. Goddamn.
Damn it! No, it's just
that whole thing, man. I can literally just do a whole 45-minute video.
I was watching the Summoning Insight show where Thorin brought up that Bin was overrated. I was like, no, Thorin, no, Bin's good.
Bin's not overrated.
A good player.
Do you take that fuck seriously?
I don't know.
He's an esports historian.
Fucking anybody can if you just watch since the beginning.
That's only 10 years of stuff. That is not a long time.
Don't forget get this about Bin. Bin literally has been a Worlds finalist before, carrying Suning. Suning wasn't even supposed to even be a top 4 team. Suning was supposed to be a team that was there.
Watching 10 years in the league is not like watching 50 years in NFL. Trust me. I've had to do that before. That
Juvenile, that's facts. Yep, can't wait for Reginald to be a World Championship winner in China.
Ain't doing shit.
What do you mean? He obviously knows how to run a successful esports business. I mean, look how much TSM is thriving right now, dude.
Yeah,
what ethnicity is Reginald?
Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
Big Samoan or some shit like that.
I thought he was Chinese. I was like, that's why this motherfucker go to. It's like, dude, that's not how that works. You just can't go to China and say, oh, we're going to win. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't even.
Yeah, come on. All the Hawaiians and Samoans do it well in sumo, so I'm sure they can do it.
He's not. Lord, okay, I won't go down that road. But so I'll say this about the LCK teams. I don't think some of the players just really crack, and I feel like. I don't know. It's because I don't want to go on a limb and say the T1 players are bad. Because then, if you go on a limb and say they're bad, then what did you actually analyze going to the event though? Because most people have them like winning the event, so we know they're not bad. I don't think they're bad players. I think it's a combination of 2 things. Drafting for sure is bad. That is unbelievably bad. And I think some of the players do kind of crack under pressure. I don't think it's choking per se.
And it's predictable play style. They have a very predictable play style. Once you start watching, that's why I say you got to watch them. That's why you have to scream. Even if you lose, think about it. You said G2 lost what? G2 lost 30 times and then went out and beat the team. Dude, you know every time I've lost in practice to a deck, and then when it came to time to beat it, I 2-0 that same person. Because of course, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's different, but it's like
the concept's still the same essentially.
Yeah, it's like we outplayed on that day. Somebody mentally wasn't there. It was like
it's like Juvenile. That's not a bad take. Though, like if anybody watched the LCK and the LPL, T1's obviously not a bad team.
Oh no,
like it's just the players just kind of crack under pressure. That's really all it is. Because you can't tell me you watched that JDG series and that Gen G one and tell me this is a bad team. You'd have to be capping out your ass. You gotta tell me that team they had the best series in the tournament.
That's what happens when these people analyze teams. If you don't win, you're considered a bad team.
Yeah,
and that's that whole thing with the whole Philadelphia Eagles. Were the Eagles that good? Like, no, they were that good. They were literally even
15-3.
They had the same record. Everything was damn near the same within the Kansas City Chiefs. The only difference is Kansas City has experience. Ruler has experience. I mean, Faker has experience too, but it's like Ruler. So you got when you already win enough times, sometimes you don't want it that much anymore. Ruler fucking wanted it. Think about it. He had to leave LEC
don't forget Knight. Knight's been at Worlds multiple times.
LCK. Think about it. It's like he's like, oh, you know what? Let me go to LPL and dominate that because there's no point in me trying to. I mean, I've already won LCK, but it's like it's gonna be hard for me to get beyond some of these teams because it's like why then ruling on like a Gen G or a Tama
Money.
Lifer. Yeah,
Money.
it's okay.
Play all this.
If we go to the best team in LPL and wax that, it was like all right, cool. EDG's out here smoking on dust. OMG was looking good.
OMG was popping off hard. It was crazy how we didn't see them at MSI. Then they lost to BLG, right? Yeah, that's
and BLG just had that hot streak. Sometimes you got that hot streak, and you just can't lose.
Happens a lot of times in sports. Some teams will just be horseshit. They get that one win. All it is that one win. They just start racking up the wins. Yep. They start hot streak, and it's one of those things where I think Gen G they need to adopt a more offensive play style. I think Peanut needs more than 3 champions. I think Pace and Delight play relatively fine for a rookie bot lane that just obviously came together. Delight played obviously like last year on Bro, but like just overall it's a newer bot lane. For Gen G, I'll be honest with you, they're not keeping Peanut and Dora in after this year. You'd be crazy to keep them after this year.
Definitely
you need new players. You know?
Peanut's
Doran's pretty good.
Like Doran, you keep if you get rid of Peanut.
If you have Doran as your role player, he's fine. If Doran's your main carry, throw your team in the garbage.
It's like that's
that's the whole carry though. Did you not see his cannon?
Oh yeah, he was carrying hard, man. He's carrying right to the dumpster.
He was carrying their breakfast each morning.
Oh shit! He had kimchi with a side of rice.
Lord,
that's not racist because
little side of Kiara Kitty's pussy, but whoa.
I don't think anybody wants that for breakfast, man.
Oh, I need that for breakfast right now. That actually is clean and looks not yeast infected.
Yeah, okay, that's what you think. They gonna wake up with fucking bumps in your face, look like.
I want to say, if you guys go back and watch that JDG versus BLG series, man, Knight. I know Knight's always been good. He's been slightly overrated to a certain extent, but man, because people always say Double If said this famous line: "Take off the nameplates, it's just a champion." Double If, no. Knight playing Jace is not the same as a Menace playing Jace. That's just not the same.
First of all, at least a Menace knows how good
he knows his place in the world.
Yeah, because he got fucking Berserker out here, Berserker and Fudge gassing him. I was like, oh, you could beat Chovy. And a Menace just giving that look like.
Remember after what happened? They lost to Gen G, and a Menace is asking Chovy for advice. Which is not bad. That's actually a good thing he should do. But it's like, bruh.
Yeah.
Knight on Jace and Syndra. Okay, take Bjergsen Syndra versus Knight Syndra. I'd imagine you could tell me who's better at playing this champion.
Yeah, Bjergsen.
Oh, God.
Okay,
I'm telling
you right now. If it's Bjergsen on
Zillion,
no one can beat him.
What's crazy is that BDD played Zillion too against him and just whooped his ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh crazy.
Yeah, I honestly thought Jensen's was a bit better at times. He wasn't as good with like revives, so no, he wasn't as good with like the revives as Bjergsen, but outside of that, I think he was better at the rest with Zillion.
There was a world where 100 C's could have signed them, but they wanted that name recognition. I'm like, 100 C's, you kind of fucked up that one. Only because, but it was the money. I think allegedly Jesse got paid more than Bjergsen. I was like, allegedly. Some of these contracts
be a good thing too.
Some of these contracts were washy. Didn't Tough kind of overpay for Jensen, but then again, they overpay for our move.
Let's be honest here, man. You know how we always talk about the money here about these teams. If they overpay for Jensen and they keep doing this, they might be out of the league very soon.
Allegedly,
like that.
Allegedly, they said. I think Armu had the third highest contract, and his contract was like 150,000. I'm not 100% sure. They said because
that wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
because they said because it was a Spawn. Was it Spawn or who the fuck was it? It was their 80s. Their bot lane was getting paid the least amount, but the whole contract has
to be Santorin. Has to be
Santorin was the second.
Has to be Santorin and Jensen being the highest paid.
Oh no, definitely them two. But they said Sir was Armu. They said he was getting paid six figures.
He got paid 6 figures to play.
Listen, it could be worse. You could pay 7 figures to Hooney.
Oh yeah, Dig's always made these bad decisions. Dude. Dig, I tried to pay $2 million for Hooney. Then it came out that they couldn't afford other players on their roster.
Yep. Then TSM gave him $1 million.
Oh God.
He got a nice.
Lord.
Got a nice wealth now before he retired.
That's me. He didn't get $3 million for being ass. Come on, son.
Hooney was finessing people, just straight up finessing.
Yeah, he got like fucking $8 million near the end of his career playing like shit.
I saw some of his older plays when I went back and watched it on that channel. Like I went back and saw some of his old plays. I'm like,
for Hooney?
Yeah, I went back.
He's at one point really good. He really did used to be pretty good at one point. And then he just became a piece of shit.
I think it was Sean told me to go back and watch this game where it was like it told me that that's worth $2 million. I'm like, man, I watched the whole season. I was at work. I just watched the whole season. I'm like, y'all paying him $2 million to do this? Oh man. Okay. And you start looking back at teams. You're like, wait a second. How the fuck did Chandler Parsons get like $84 million to be ass? If the whole thing was the NBA, you overpay motherfuckers and motherfuckers become complete trash.
Yeah, and dude, I don't like the thing with overpaying is given how the scene doesn't make a lot of money, I think players should come to this understanding of this scene doesn't make a lot of money. We should I'm not saying you have to take less money, but it's for the betterment of the it's just for the betterment of the scene. If you kind of take a little less money, just a little bit. I'm not asking you to take like a $100K pay cut. No, I'm not advocating for that. Just a little bit, just so we have money in the scene. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, maybe for our move,
our move should be getting paid minimum wage. For being honest here, but you know,
get paid at least 60,000-70,000. Like,
wait, that's too much. Well, that's like crazy here.
No,
you know,
how much is league minimum for LCS?
In California, 60K, 70K.
Okay, 60K should be the highest. 65,
that's
at least
65K.
I feel like that's too much.
40K then?
He's worth 20K. If you're being honest here, given how man played 3 champions and lost. He won 3 games out of 15, and he was the reason why they lost all of them, essentially, for the most part.
There was that first game of the season.
He played Jax like he was autistic.
Go back and watch the end of that first game where you just see Jensen look over at our move. He just takes a quick stare at both him and Santorin, and he was already disgusted. You could
remember when he tried to play Jace.
You could tell Jensen knew this season was lost from game 1, and that was the whole thing. No, some teams. That's just and like I'm about to segue over to TSM. If TSM go to LPL, that might be the same situation with them, where they might get game 1, game 2, and realize, okay, this season might be lost. Like because in the NFL, because NFL, like I equate NFL kind of like to the league because it's only so many games you play and then you're done.
Oh yeah.
You know, after a certain week, you're done. You're not making playoffs, and there's certain times you can't make a comeback. But it's like if you know your team's just awful, you just gotta be like, okay. Let's play this out, and we'll come back next split.
All right, MSI is over, talking about Korea and the LPL. Like I said before, LPL is the best region right now. They've won the majority of the international events for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
But we're talking just worlds, Korea's run out of the last 3 worlds, Korea's won 2 of them. It's not like they can't win worlds, but let's have more guys. Just keep in mind, Korea can play bad. There's a world Korea can play bad. Just don't undersell that if you're doing analyzation of a team.
The only time Korea really wins when it's Korea versus Korea. Just remember that. but yeah,
that's not a hot take either. But all right, let's go to NXT.
Actually, no, I want to show Chaz something real quick. Let's look at this.
Oh, we can't if it's audio. I'm on Firefox.
No, it's not audio. Don't worry, you don't need audio.
Oh, okay.
Just remember this moment here. Like, got fucking his ass kicked on Yasuo so hard, and they had an argument with the coach.
Who's that?
Oh, okay. Okay, so basically, you know how people in the scene have been calling out friends hiring friends? So Immortals hired Zabutin, who was French, and he hired a French mid laner named Aika.
Oh, shit.
Dig did the same thing, too. Dig hired Turkish people, and then they hired Turkish players.
Oh shit!
Why are these guys in the league anymore? I beg to answer. Why are they here?
Yeah, and he basically put him on Yasuo and then Niski in 2020.
Ica playing Yasuo is fun.
Yeah, he kicked his ass on.
Ica playing Yasuo is funny as fuck.
Any Western player playing Yasuo is just like, don't do it, please don't.
That's just not it, bro. What's the saying now? That's just not it, man.
Yeah, so anyway, he kicked his ass on Pantheon. They lost in like 20 minutes, so then you can see him and his coach.
All right, so let's talk about the NACL. So I know we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, but it's a really big thing right now to the point where I'll ask you guys this, and I'll get my opinion afterwards. Do you guys think these players are going to go on strike or a form of a strike?
Part of me, no, I don't think so. I don't think
they have the balls for it.
I think the players that did are the ones that who don't really care for it. Because most of these players are not from here or not from America. I mean, they're like, it's like, okay, it's like, yeah, we do want more, but I just want to play League. It's kind of like the whole thing is like, do you really want to risk, playing what you love just for financial gain? Some people do. Some people are like, whatever. I don't care.
What do you think, Sean?
I mean, with what they're doing already right now, and online and stuff, the reception, I think they'll just continue with that when it comes to actually going on strike and such. So yeah, I don't see it. There might be an attempt or just some pushback in some area by
you think it's a kind of a fake out thing, kind of we're kind of half threatening. I'll say a threat like a bad threat.
Yeah,
it's more
sort of, yeah, but I don't think they'll fully commit any strike thing. I think at most they'll just do what they've usually done with that shitty player association thing.
Yeah, because my thing here is I don't see why people cap for Academy this hard. I've been around a long time with this scene, and people don't give a fuck about that scene. People don't give a fuck about Academy like that. Yes, that new white guy that I've been seeing on Travis's stuff and who's on the forums thing, he's been the biggest thing that I've seen out of the Player Association, because I feel like the Player Association has been a joke ever since it started. I mean, these people hired Bjergsen to be a president for it. Bjergsen, the guy who's literally known not to be what's that word? Confrontational. Yeah,
no, not even him. They made literally their leader, Darshan.
Darshan didn't give a fuck about it until he had no job in the LCS because his fucking couldn't play League anymore.
The guy who played in Academy for 4 to 5 years.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so my thing here is also Academy and the salaries of these players have been out of control. Now, there are some things I can fully agree with the orgs on, and there's some things I can't fully agree with the orgs on. One of the things I can't fully agree with them on is these guys knew these salaries were inflated years ago. They knew the venture capital money that we talked about that they got. They know this is going to run out eventually. Okay, then why were you overinflating these salaries then? They knew that. They actively knew that. There's a rumored allegedly. Impact has a around $1.5 million contract and buyout fee. How does that exist in a scene that doesn't make money? That is literally the definition of unsustainable.
Yeah, it is actually insane. We've all knew this for years, but it's they're just oblivious somehow, even though it's all in front of them. Also, they didn't even make any attempt to make more money.
Much? Remember that interview when Cloud9 started popping up with Vulcan when he got him in 2020? Remember how the Dig owner was on stream on the league scene? He was like, how much money did Jack try to give you for Vulcan? The Dig owner literally said Jack gave him $2 million for Vulcan. $2 million for Vulcan. $2 million for a League of Legends player.
And then he took it and spent it on Hooney.
Lord Jesus Christ. Lord, geez, don't tell me that. That's gonna make me sad.
Yeah, why did it again? Some of them did TSM did a short while with their blitz stuff, and until they made shit decisions and then went fucking bankrupt almost. But Team Liquid did a lot with the stuff they have. But outside of outside of a few of them though, none of them made any attempt to try to make money or in content where they should, where have a
none of them made any attempt to fix the players' salaries. None of them understood that, hey, if you keep burning money this way, this is gonna literally be a bad thing. And I'm not, and it was watching this, I am not saying the players should make less money. I think these guys are overpaid. Fudge, a lot of people like that guy, said they're overpaid. To be fair, Fudge plays in Cloud9, where obviously that's a bit different, but people can understand what I'm saying, right? I don't understand why these guys can't make $100K. And then someone is going to be like, what makes you determine that? the scene doesn't make a lot of money. If you don't institute some way of cap, the scene just won't exist because there's not enough money coming in as enough money coming out. There literally fundamentally has to be a cap. There just does. Based on the scene just not being as profitable. I'm sorry if that, not saying you guys obviously, I'm not saying that offends people, but I'm sorry. I would like to have an LCS 10 years from now. I would like to have it, despite me making fun of it all the time. Keep pushing money out the way this happens, you're not going to have a scene like that.
The issue is, it's kind of like the whole thing with CSGO, where CSGO is about to be done. They're done.
Isn't CSGO 2 coming up, right? I think.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying these players deserve less money. I'm not saying they don't grind hard enough. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying for the betterment of the scene, these guys literally have to take less money. Yep. How much so? That can be discussed with their agents and their owner, but that has to happen. There needs to be a salary cap. The same thing NFL, same thing in the NBA, same thing MLB, where we just produce money just because there's a home region.
MLB don't have a salary cap. They don't have a salary cap.
NHL that has salary cap, right?
And NHL got those strictest salary cap. This motherfucker out here work 15 years and only get paid $80 million, while the MLB motherfuckers out here get $15 million.
Bench.
15 year, $450 million contract, and it only lives like 2/3 of that contract because motherfuckers trust me.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I people on Reddit go like, what makes you determine what value they are? Because if you want to have a sustainable, thriving scene, you need to determine their worth. If it offends them, that's cool.
I never say fine. Like I always go like, no, you gotta look at how much the team makes versus how much that they're playing the team. If you make $5 million a year and you're paying your team $3 million a year, if you're just paying them, not even the coaches, not even the rest of the people,
and housing, food, the utilities, they all pay for these players too.
Yep.
And these LCS players are so disingenuous. Oh my god! They even say they don't pay utilities. For most of the part, they get all that money for themselves. So what's 75? Let's say you get paid every 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure you get paid every 2 weeks. What is 75K in like pay wages every 2 weeks for a month? How much you get? Like 3K or some shit like that? I don't know. Like 4K probably.
Will you be $75,000 a year?
Pretty much, yeah. If you get paid bi-weekly.
It's fuck. No, okay, that's me.
I'm not saying you have to give me the number, but just think about it that way. You're not paying utilities. You're not paying food and housing. That's just free money. It's literally just free money at that point.
It's $1,500 a week. That's it's $3K at each check, $6K a month. About like 65 because you're
all your own money, all your own, because you don't pay food, you don't pay utilities, you don't pay your housing. I think some teams implement that you have to pay your own electricity bill, like Speaker did. Even if that's true,
electric and you like any
and your own clothes. You pay your own clothing, right?
It's clothing. Mm-hmm. Like it's clothing, and I think if you want cable, like anything, you pay that yourself.
Yeah. But even so, like that's pretty minimal compared to everything else you get as a benefit. So when these players are going like, you can't determine our worth, yes, we can. Because if we don't determine your worth, if you don't have the hard conversation to determine your worth, we won't have a scene. Guys, I'm obviously not you guys. Not you guys.
Yeah.
People are going to watch this later on. If you do not determine their worth, and these people need to stop getting fucking butthurt over just hard conversations you need to have if you want to have a thriving league. You have to have these conversations. I'm sorry.
They never like to. they just want to bitch.
Yeah, the NBA, they did it at one point. We need a salary cap. How you about to tell me I ain't worth $10 million throwing down the ball down the court? I am telling you you're not worth that much money.
I'm sorry, that shit in the lockdown was just hilarious. These players are getting paid like $500 million
to do nothing and play in a bubble.
Yes, and they're in these like fucking $billion mansions that are just like, I'm a $500 million athlete in this mansion. I'm being oppressed. Racism.
These players sometimes, man. LCS players go, I'm oppressed. Man, someone told me I'm not worth 100K. I'm actually worth 200K.
Because that whole thing.
You have all your bills paid.
You can speak out for it. You can speak out for injustice, but you can't act like, oh, but that could be me. Okay, first of all, that one basketball player that happened to, that was because he wasn't a well-known player. He could say that. He could come out and say that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
LeBron James, we gonna fucking know who you are. That's me. That's not gonna, like even when that whole time where they said that the N-word was spread down the thing. There's no cameras. That's when we don't know who the fuck did it. That could have been one of you guys.
Man, if Revenge ever complained he was a that night here, motherfucker like that talking.
Or no Revenge. I was underpaid. Okay.
Okay.
Like, how much were you paid? I was paid $120,000. Motherfucking, people. Well, what?
You could literally have a life. You could literally live the American dream of $120K a year.
I mean, not in California, but if you go
probably
down
not outside of California. Any other state, you're good.
You go down to Texas, man, you get your big booty white girl. If
you go to Canada living off $120K a year, you're probably in the rich category. Probably.
No. If you go to certain parts of Georgia, you got a whole mansion for about 50, 60K, or at least a 3-bedroom. You get a 3-bedroom house for 60K.
Every interview with these players, you always go, man, people are determining my worth. Yes, every industry's done this since the dawn of time.
Why aren't they giving me $1 million to run it down with?
Literally every industry since this has been a concept of paying people. If you don't determine what someone is worth and what their job is worth, you're gonna go out of business because you won't know how much you're gonna spend.
And that's the thing too. Like back in the day, there was like, Scottie Pippen was trying to ask, I'm worth the same as Michael Jordan. No, you're not. Those 2 years, that 1 year that Michael Jordan was fully gone, you couldn't lead him to the finals.
I'm oppressed. Racism, systemic racism.
Yeah, well, come on. I think that Nets plan was pretty good though, where they just traded like 18 first-round picks for like 35 men.
And guess what? They did it Sean. They did it 4 times. They did it with the first time with Boston, and then they did it again to get Kyrie, and then they did it to get KD, and then they did it, to get rid of them. Mm-hmm. I'm like, how many times can you keep making the same fucking mistake?
Oh, also want to bring up this too for the academy system, which is people really don't watch. The academy system is what I said is what you could argue the LCS is getting good to dying. The LCS academy system died with its viewership. It went from like an average of like back when it was challengers to like 60, 80K to like guys. You watch these academy streams on Twitch. This is like 2,000 people, which is cool. And like if we got 2,000 people, that'd be great. That don't fly for no big production. That don't fly for the people.
The only company I know that flies for is Konami with the tournaments, because between both, because even Pokemon was like Pokemon. I think they video games get like 6K. Pokemon sometimes get 4 or 5K, and it's like
2,000 people watching develop, and then motherfuckers are virtue signaling like idiots on Twitter, going, "Well, man, what about my independent NA scene? None of you watched it. None of you cared." It was like, let's put it into perspective. When people are talking about NA teams, Berserker is the most popular player on Cloud9 and the best player. I don't think no one cares about having an NA player on that team. I'm not saying you can't give NA player jobs. I'm not saying there isn't some great NA talent out there. I'm not saying that. But if we're being honest here, fans don't care for that the way fans don't care about that the way they say they do. Because when a team imports like Hansama, they're like, man, it's Hansama, best ADC in the league. But don't you want the NA talent though? Nah, Hansama's better.
I mean, I care when they import shitty players over NA talent. That's just like Poppy could have easily been over Bululu.
Dude, Arma was the best import. Who are we kidding here, man? Come on.
Like Dig had a chance to get Tenacity, and they said, "Oh, look at Arma."
The guy is a two-time.
To be fair, that's just classic Dig, man. Let's be honest. That's just classic Dig.
Oh, wait a second. You had a chance because. One of the things didn't want to get rid of him, but Dig was trying to offer. They said it was up close to 200,000 for.
Oh Tenacity. God, this org! Oh, this org! I hate this org so much.
I would like the guy's a two-time.
100 Seeds could have
remember that.
No, because this is what it was. Dig only wanted to pay like 120, and they said 100 Seeds was trying to sell him for 200,000 because they had to change. No, because they said
why is Tenacity worth 200K after that performance he put on in spring?
But the issue is apparently they said they went and paid 200,000 to Armu. That was the rumor. They said whatever money they could have gave to 100 Seeds for Tenacity, and then what happened was, I think 100 Seeds would have paid the first year, and then it was some weird deal.
Because this was
let's just pay Armu instead. I'm like, okay. I don't know how it works.
I think there should be a tier 2 scene. Anyone's watching, don't get me wrong. I think there should be a tier 2 scene. but there needs to be a better way than Academy. Academy just isn't it. Some of these players on the Academy rosters are just literally chilling there making what LCS players make. And people say it's not all of them. That is true. But they also don't have any bills to pay. So it doesn't really matter now, does it? There are bills to pay. All they do, Svenson and Academy, is that you go scrim, you go play your games, and you just chill the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'm saying you need a tier 2 scene. I'm not saying we don't. The issue here is they need to revamp this whole thing. It's not been working. It's never really worked.
What they need to do is not have a. What they need to do. None of these teams need to have a direct pass line.
Right. I mean, and like Steve said, do you watch that Steve video he put out? There needs to be a more. I agree with him. There needs to be a more direct pathway to pro, not going through Academy. And I agree with that because the stats people. This has been a confirmed stat people brought up. So I'm not saying the exact number because my mind might be a bit less. Yeah. They said it's pretty much. It's been less than 20% of Academy players got promoted to LCS and stayed longer than a year or 2 years. Essentially, that means this system doesn't work. The system clearly doesn't work. People say, "But as JoJo and Danny came up, great. You have 2 examples out of how many players that have existed."
But this is what also the league team need to do. They need to have a backup team just in case if you get an EG game where motherfuckers the whole team gets sick. Oh, let's just play from home. But then these motherfuckers were running it down. You is sick with COVID. You heard shit. But like I remember there was some people joking on Reddit that motherfuckers just sitting on a bucket shitting in it while playing League because they didn't want to keep pausing to go to the bathroom. I'm like, it was. I was joking too. I was like, is that why JoJo always looked like he was about to vomit the whole fucking time? He out here just.
Oh, do I remember that Yone game he played against the Menace when he played in Trinamere? I was like, JoJo, you are clearly sprinting it. Oh my god, dude, go get some sleep, man.
No, these motherfuckers probably like got the laptop or the computer set up right near their beds and just playing. These motherfuckers look dead.
The other thing that one guy brought up for Travis and Monty's channel when he came on is he said that the LCS teams are just throwing away money in other stupid things. That is true. I agree with that, but that doesn't mean that they should just throw further money into this when this is a proven system not working. I agree. They spend money on stupid shit. That is, I mean, we all know that. 100 Thieves, Cloud Dales, they spent their VC money on literal stupid shit. I agree with that.
TSM.
They're joking in of itself. Come on, man.
They bought a whole nother fucking venue
facility
when they wasn't even using the first one. And then don't forget, and TSM is the worst when it comes to this. These motherfuckers do not use their they do not use their content creators. You got content creators. You got a girl in
Taiwan. Some good numbers. These people put some good numbers on Twitch.
You got Jenny over in Taiwan right now, literally walking the whole country, and these motherfuckers ain't promoting them. You got Cutie Cinderella do all this stuff while under TSM, and TSM ain't promoting them. Like, what the fuck? Why are you signing these people then? You just signed Tyler One's brother. Everyone thought, oh, they're signing Tyler One. No, they signed his younger brother, and he ain't doing shit.
And that's the thing too is I'm not saying that orgs don't spend money on stupid shit. I'm saying that dumping money into a failed, badly run system is not going to make things better. Actually, it might just make teams just go, fuck it, I'm leaving. You know, because you could also argue because we spend money on stupid shit all the time. I spend money on stupid shit all the time. But the thing here is dumping money into a system for backup players. This is just not working. And I have the LCS Players Association. This is their demands of Riot. We're gonna probably laugh at a lot of these because I know a lot of things ain't happening. But hey, let's humor this, okay, boys? Here is what the LCS Players Association wants of Riot. Our ask of Riot: institute Valorant-style promotion and relegation between the LCS and NACL. That is not happening. These people pay for their franchise slots. That's not happening.
Okay, I was like Valorant-style. What the fuck that means? But
basically, the bottom 2 teams can be relegated out. Every other team can stay, essentially. I did better than that. So basically, for the LCS, would be the 10 teams stay. You have your spot. You cannot ever get relegated. The 2 teams, if they did bad enough, they would have to go into a promotion relegation tournament, and if they win it, they can stay in, essentially. That's what it is. Riot commit to a revenue pool for player salaries of $300K per NACL team per year.
Okay, that's $3 million for 10 teams.
Right. That's what they already give the teams right now for their being a part of the league.
Yeah, I love how everybody's loving this plan without having any idea how to do it.
No, I get it. Riot makes billions of dollars. I don't disagree that they can't pay that out. My thing is dumping $300K into your badly run system of your NACL.
Okay.
Yeah. So people already don't utilize this money. There's no storylines to these players. There's no hype. The streams are dog shit. They had the Tigers casting. That's already bad in and of itself.
Her moaning on a goddamn cast. I feel like it's Pornhub. Oh
my dick was getting hard as fuck.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like,
bitch got a butt plug in her ass. All right.
No, she had a clip beside. It was son. That's not a normal sound you make while watching League. And if you do, I don't want to know what you be doing.
Allow LCS orgs to partner with affiliates for cost sharing. That one I agree with. So basically what that means is like, let's say if TSM have an academy team, they could partner up with like Wildcard Gaming and they could like share the costs. That's fine. That one I fully agree with. Like, yeah, I think more people should partner up to cover the cost sharing. That is fine. I can get behind that one. Riot guarantees LCS minimum contracts for the following year for the 5 players who win the LCS Summer Finals each year. So but what that means is like basically a system would work like the 5 players that win Academy can pretty much guarantee a slot into the league. But the thing here is, how do you make teams grab those players, though? That's not a bad idea, but how do you go up to Jack and Steve and the other guys and go, get this Academy guy? Why? Because reasons. Why? Because he's homegrown talent.
But
why?
That's really hard because that means both of these players are going to bad teams.
Yeah, only because obviously if you have an NA player, you're going to save money. That means saving money, guys, means they're going to go to Dig or IMT. That's what pretty much saving money means.
Dig, IMT,
and now maybe NRG. Let's be honest, NRG ain't coming in spending all that kind of money.
They got FBI.
Yeah, are they actually getting ignored?
They do. Oh, matter of fact, I got that video. I got that
because I'm about to jump out a window.
I saw that video. I saw a video. I gotta find that shit. I saw it on YouTube. I think it was YouTube, maybe on Twitter. But yeah.
Last one is institute a 3/5 roster continuity rule to provide players on released NACL rosters first priority in maintaining their slots in the upcoming NACL season if a majority continue to compete together. So that's fine. Basically, they're just basically saying like you can keep your slot if you played good or whatever. That's whatever. That's fine. But that relegation is not happening. I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of crack you're smoking. That's fine. And people keep saying, why can't the league have 12 teams? I'm not against having 12 teams. The problem here is these guys, academy teams are really, really bad. People already call NA dog shit. Having more dog shit teams in, would that make any difference, really? Yeah, you have more jobs, but if the LCS orgs are already not sustainable to a certain extent of money-wise, how would the other 2 teams be sustainable? They're banking off Riot and that $3 million.
Yeah. Read the first reply.
Oh, the first reply of this? Things are about to get really, really ugly, I feel. Players asking easily too much here. Point 1 is a huge no-go. Point 5 is also why you get players sitting in academy for too long. Yeah, it's true. I agree in part out with points 2 through 4, but instead of 300K, it should be 150K. First of all, you really should be paying your backup player 150K.
Yeah, so hold on. This is a perfectly fine tweet, but he's getting ratio because he's against it somewhat.
Yeah, I disagree with this, but I agree with everything else. I'm cool with it. 150K divided by.
So of course, this is the one they hate. This is the tweet they hate.
150K divided by 5 players is no. That's not how this. That's not how this. Okay, I'll argue it 2 ways. If it's divided 5 ways, that's fine. But if it's each person, that's how you burn the house down, paying that much money out. That's how you get no money and your checks are bouncing.
No league, baby, what do you mean?
Oh, him right here. Oh, good lord. Is it pronouns in the bio?
Oh, 22. I do stuff.
I do stuff. Oh shit.
Oh god.
Then there's no league. What do you mean there's no league? Crackhead? The fuck?
Elaborate.
Or they'll find 50 players that will play as replacements. LCSPA is not a union. So if 26 vote yes, the other 24 can keep their spots if they want. And when you see LCS teams pick up 26 new players to replace the old ones, you'll see the walkout end.
Who the fuck are they gonna pick up? Reckless? Oh, Reckless, do you want to play support?
Oh my goodness!
They're gonna start. Bearded, do you want to come back out of retirement for one last split? Armu, want to come back over to America?
One last ride, right?
Yeah, I was like,
relegation is easily the most important demand.
Probably call back.
That won't happen.
Probably call Darshawn to come out of retirement. Hey, Sneaky Media, you want to play one last time? I remove that. At this point, it might just call Cajo. Yo, Cajo, man,
you come to America? Cutie pie.
Also, let's make sure
Cinderella.
Make sure in the discussion we point this stuff out. These people are not a union. Everyone kept saying for these LCS players, "Hey, sacrifice a little bit of your salary to make the union." They're like, no. Fucking dumbasses. That's the reason why people kept telling them all these many years to make a union. Because Riot, to be fair, don't take these people seriously at all.
Nope.
They really could just be like, don't eat my pussy. Riot are literally judge, jury, executioner, the House, the Senate, the president, the vice president, the treasurer. They're literally everything.
And why does Riot...
I hate you. So... why would Riot have to listen to these guys? I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying you should because that's just good for the league in general if they have a good relationship, but they're not a union. They're essentially just basically a glorified joke. I'm not being serious, honestly.
Yeah, they're like one of those Chinese factories in America.
Chaz, please just throw his man out the window.
Am I wrong?
He's not wrong, though, because it's like one of those factories back in 1910s where they had no union. It was like how the Chinese factories are now. It's like, okay.
Just watch the documentary American
because
Factory.
Because I'll tell you right now, if you go on strike in China, you and your whole family disappear.
Oh, God.
Do I know where they go? I have no idea. They probably go put you on.
They have like a little body dump, areas. It was found out.
Think about it. China got 3.7 billion people. 5 people going missing ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, they have like abandoned laboratories, like underground in tunnels that people have like found loads of like child bodies and that they just like kidnapped and used to get
out in the mid south. No, that's true. There was like that one. They still had that one child rule. Any kid that came out, a little, special in a sense.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Most of these are awful changes. Pretty sure adding relegation would be illegal or something, given franchising contracts. LCS teams paid. That's the wrong number, but whatever. No one should be guaranteed salaries or slots. It's a performance-based industry. Last to suck. Yeah. People think this is even when we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, right? All this is entertainment. This is a performance-based industry. You are paid based off how your performance is. I agree with that. Affiliate partnerships are good, but aren't teams already allowed to do this? I might be thinking amateur. This would be a good change. The real problem, though, is LCS isn't close to profitable for teams, so why invest money in academy? Just place well and sell the next to revenue. Revenue pool streams is okay, blah, blah, blah. Valorant star relegation. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Okay. I agree with what he's saying. It's the most, I think I want to show you guys this too. This is how you can tell you're debating with some literal bad faith people. These people, man, whoo, feels like everyone's bad faith nowadays. Motherfuckers just out here being retarded or some shit. All right. Someone talking about a sexual reproductive system. What the hell? Ew, gross. Women. Talking about women. Women are disgusting and gross. Give me one sec. Here. Oh. This is no, that's not the same. Just give me one second. I'm just going through my tweets here to finally get to this. So some guy told me to get a like because I had 2K tweets. I was like, okay.
He does realize that those count for like retweets as well, right?
People on Twitter aren't smart, dude. What we doing here? Oh no, okay. So basically, I said it doesn't make financial sense to keep dumping money into a scene that just isn't profitable, no viewership. To wrap it all up, this has to be revamped. Some just has to be revamped, in my opinion. I don't know what System Riot's going to do. I don't know what's going to happen because today they're doing this vote. So I'm just saying, though.
They probably already did it.
Academy's always sucked. People be virtue signaling, capping for Academy. It's always been System's always been bad. It was never a true path to pro.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea. Just it needs to be revamped. I like it to stay just more so in the fashion with.
I agree with the 2-2 system. We need a secondary system, but this shit right here, this ain't it. Mm-hmm. Nope. I'm good. All right, boys. Let's do our quickly. I'm gonna be here all day. Our LCS 2023 Spring Split Power Rankings. LCS starts this week, boys, on Thursday. Hopefully. We're here again. Hopefully. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, did they announce all the team rosters?
Oh, we're getting to them right now.
Oh, I got the NRG video, and then I don't know if you can play the audio, but
Firefox can't do audio.
Oh no, you don't even play the audio.
Okay, give me 1 second.
The audio might make it worse.
Give me like 1 second here.
Yeah. I will say, I do think it's pretty stupid how so many people in the words like if you take somebody's side on one instance but nothing else, and they think you'll like stand in for that fucking person.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like I remember that dumb shit. Keffels was having beef with the quarter, and she was actually right in that instance against that dumb fuck the quarter. But then because of that, idiots actually thought I fucking like that Keffels bitch. That transgender bitch. It's like, no, she's nuts. And then also same thing with Black Lives Matter the other day.
Black Lives Matter is a great organization. They really help the black community, am I right?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. God. Yeah, it's just like because a couple times, there were like some idiots who me and Joker, in Discord and stuff, we discussed it a lot. We always knew how corrupt those motherfuckers were. But on some instances, there were just some motherfuckers who were hating on them for the wrong reasons, just dumb, all lives matter reasons, or stuff like why aren't they building houses? Why aren't they building houses? Even though there's a lot more than money that goes into building houses.
I don't know how to. Because Firefox is weird to get shit working.
Yeah.
Hey, you had it a moment ago. Wherever you were hovering, you had it. Yeah, you had it.
Yeah, there we
go.
Anyway,
missed the video.
Nice. Oh yeah, no audio, sadly.
The jerseys look pretty good. How does DeMonte still have a job in this scene is beyond me. 642 subscribers.
Yep.
That sub to view ratio is. You should have at least 1,000 subs with a 16K video like that.
Just I mean,
how does Pavlov still have a job?
What? It was good. Oh my fucking god, kill me.
Yeah, ignores this.
You better. This guy's to do 6A. How does he keep getting jobs? He sucks.
Oh god, FBI. Oh, remember, people said Luger was better than that guy. People said Luger was better than FBI. They didn't think so. What kind of cap was people on?
Sat there.
Yeah. Oh.
Shit is crazy with people.
What the fuck?
Luger was so much better than FBI. FBI's been to Worlds twice, actual finals, won a title. Nah, Luger's better. Why? Because reasons. Dumb fucks.
FBI with those glasses looks like one of those Chinese Asians.
Shit.
He's about to kill your family.
All right, so I guess we should go to the power rankings. Am I right, boys?
Yeah. Gotta say, though, the stupid motherfuckers in the world. Hey, just because a couple times you said shit like, yeah, I hate Black Lives Matter, but those old Lives Matter people should as well, doesn't mean you support Black Lives Matter. They're both idiots.
No, but that's not how it works, dude. If you say you hate one, you support the other, and you abide by all their logic and their reasonings.
Yeah, like we knew those motherfuckers were doing shit with that money, and George Floyd's fucking ex, she wasn't doing shit that she would. She kept it all for herself. They're pocketing all of it.
YouTube, I love black people. Don't trust this man.
Oh wait. Mentioning George Floyd will get you banned, right? Shit.
No. I was telling YouTube, I love Joe Biden. I am a virtue signaling leftist.
Oh yeah, I love George Floyd. I'm glad we got that statue.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I'm glad we got the statue.
That's the full team. Is Stokla?
It's basically three-fifths of CLG added FBI and Ignar essentially.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's go. We're gonna wrap this up kind of quickly. A little bit of analysis.
And isn't it crazy that Aspired might not have a team next year?
It's crazy, man. That's so.
I mean, it happened before. They do this all the time. It's shit. Whatever.
Imagine just NRG going. You know what? Contracts. This is it, bro. All right. Yeah, we'll just do it like this, the way it's layered like this. All right, TSM's roster is Haunter, Boogie, a combination of whoever they have, depending on the visas. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Insanity, who will play if Ruby can't get here because of his visa, and Wild Turtle and Chime. So if you think about it realistically, if the roster just has, if it's Ruby, Wild Turtle, Chime, Boogie, Haunter, I don't know what that roster is. That probably finishes.
I was so confused why Phoenix came back.
I thought he literally went back to Korea.
Yeah, this motherfucker's been inactive for ages.
The last time he was on, that's how you know Academy's dog shit. Phoenix, it's how you know Academy's dog shit. Phoenix at one point couldn't get a job as a mid laner, so he roll swapped to ADC to play on Dig's Academy team.
And then he roll swapped back to mid in the summer split of it.
Why is it always Dig we're talking about with his bad roster decisions? Just
but hey, we could see the long return of Phoenix, who was on that Breaking Point documentary. Hey.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, I saw that. Oh my god!
Yeah,
Breaking Point's good.
Yeah, the last time he played in LCS was Echo Fox when it was the split right before then they got kicked out because of their racist fucking CEO dragging their company.
So you know Riot's a piece of shit. Riot kicked out another team because of an investor another org had. Yeah. Fuck. All right. Yeah. TSM. Let's just hypothetically say they have Ruby here. Where would they finish anyway? So I made the list.
Even if they didn't though, Insanity played great this year, so I have faith in him. Even if
keep this in mind, guys. All right, so CLG now is NRG, guys. Okay, and keep this in mind for historical context. We're gonna go back and watch this show maybe a couple years later down the line because YouTube has autoplay. This is TSM's last split in the LCS ever. Okay.
Yeah.
TSM's last split ever, and CLG is now NRG.
Red Bull decides to bring back to LCS because LPL is just he comes to his senses, but that might.
Red's coming to his senses. Wait, hold on. Do I have a dad? What the fuck? So
you got a better chance of finding your dad.
Jesus Christ! All right, remember, guys, the LCS summer split playoffs ever since like 2020, I think 8 teams make playoffs. Remember, guys, so it's not top 6 for summer splits for the LCS. 8 teams make playoffs. Getting 9th and 10th means you're on vacation until basically the next year. Okay.
Okay. 9 and 10 is to me still gonna be Dig. I'm just
all right. So let's start with TSM. Where you place in TSM? Making playoffs at least
4 to 8 is
I'll say that.
I mean, I would have to see some of the other teams, but I don't know. I don't mind. I think Ruby will do better in LCS, just like Shizuke did for a short while. And I have some faith in Insanity, although he's definitely isn't one of the higher mid laners. I mean, here's the thing: compared to the rest of the teams, though, like, do you really think they're better than Cloud9, 100 Thieves?
Nope.
Even I don't know. Even
if I had an actual ranking to put them in, I'd probably put them in like 8th or 7th, maybe.
Yeah.
9th,
I think
maybe.
I'll keep them in 8 for now. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know if it's 8. I'm just saying this is 4 through 8. It could be any random.
Yeah, for me, it's like 8th to 9th for them.
Let's go to Team Liquid. Because they did so well last split, they were like, nah, don't need roster changes. Pyosik was the best jungler, right?
Yeah, I do think they'll improve with the new coach and change to around like maybe 6. So I'll just
this split don't make playoffs.
I can agree with that.
Well, why did you laugh at my thing then? What?
No.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm saying that only 2 teams don't make playoffs. I'll see.
If TL don't make playoffs this split, and throw this in the garbage, man.
Put them ahead of TSM. Let's do
that. Core JJ to retire. You got force Core. You got force Core JJ.
Well, he's also retiring, definitely.
What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? For Team Liquid and for me, I mean, this ain't it. Yeah, they're gonna make playoffs because there's an extra 2 slots, but they ain't winning the league.
Yeah. Right. I forgot. Yeah, 2 extra slots. So yeah. No, Core JJ is definitely done after.
Pyosik had 1 good Lee Sin game out of 18 games last split. 1.
Yep.
He had a single good game. Mm-hmm. And his name is Mark. That's not Pyosik. That's Mark's bitch. That's Mark.
Mark Hong Kang.
That's
he's gonna have an MVP split now.
Because I don't know what Pyosik that is. That's Mark Wong Yong Ching Yong
Most valuable Pyosik. most valuable MVP. He's
Yeah.
gonna be the most valuable player to himself.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's really valuable by being a fucking dog shit.
Yeah, he's
All
gonna
right.
play
He's
Kindred.
valuable at stealing your money. Like, let's overpay. And
All right.
How did he win Worlds? I can't believe that.
He didn't win Worlds. Zeka and Kingen won Worlds.
Yeah,
He was just
I
there.
was about to say, yeah, those two.
honestly, they're
He was just there. He was just there,
He was
helping
there.
out.
Yeah, he was chilling.
He was there just helping out.
NRG is basically CLG. Basically, guys, Pum and Luger are out. FBI and Ignore are their bot lane. Is this an upgrade? I think so.
They got better at,
yes.
No, they got better
Yes and
at
no.
one, but they got worse at the other. That's me. It's
sort of, yeah.
Yeah. They finished 4th last split. I mean,
but the issue with CLG last year, their motherfuckers was literally
they couldn't draft for shit.
They couldn't draft for shit, and they beat the teams that we thought they would lose to, and they lost to the teams that they should have beat. I don't.
Yeah.
They have only won as a roster, one best of 5 together with that last previous lineup. One that was against Golden Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, also their bot lane just was pretty rough last split. So
remember last split where Luger would be on his own, randomly taking out wards, getting picked off.
Yeah, I'm just speechless.
And that guy's better than FBI. Are you kidding me?
How did Ignore get the fucking job?
That's FBI then went and took his fat Aussie cock and just shoved it right up his ass. And there are people like, man, Luger is better than that guy. You were on
I
crack,
remember that
buddy.
argument because I was like, yeah, smoking. You bet when he was 100 C's pissing on him, like on some R. Kelly style.
Yeah, I genuinely think like fucking Isles would do better than fucking Ignore. Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord! All right, NRG. Wait, where are we placing them? They're top. They're like top 4 at least at some point, right? Hopefully, maybe.
They're top 8. They
might edge out Team Liquid.
You already know who I got 9 and 10.
I know we have 9 and 10. Yeah.
It's literally just because.
All right, everybody. Everyone's favorite team. They made a couple of roster adjustments. They kicked out that bum Revenge for solo. Yeah. They had the worst jungler for the past 4 splits, Ken V. He can't juggle for shit. Gets ahead, still loses. He's behind because his brain's behind. Still loses, right? Balulu, he's there. He plays Vel'Koz. And you have Tactical, the best ADC in the league. Right? Right?
Yeah, because I remember there's some people trolling Twitter. Oh, Tactical's better than Double Up. I'm like, and Double Up could be 50 and he'll still be Tactical. I'll stop playing.
Last split they had full ass. He was terrible. They upgraded with Treats, kinda. Treats hasn't played since last year. Yeah, he hasn't played since last year.
He's still gonna be better than Blade Olive. That's fact.
Yeah. Listen.
Are they making playoffs?
At least they have some cool names.
They'll get 2 more wins, but they'll miss playoffs. I got them 9th.
You have them 9 through 10th, actually?
Yeah. I have them 10.
You got them worse than Dig. Okay. Matter of fact, I can see them.
To be fair, these are interchangeable anyway. It could be either, honestly.
Yeah, they've replaced Revenge with somehow an even worse top laner.
Matter of fact, I gotta see who the EG roster is. That might sway me to put
EG. I think will somehow get 8th, even though the roster looks like shit in a lot of areas.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think EG sneaks in, and Immortal find a way to just blow it again.
Yeah.
In 1 sec, right?
Yeah.
Like Immortals might be the Dallas Cowboys, where they always find a way to lose at the most unopportune
I can't believe this fucking org, man. They're like, you know what, Revenge, you're actually shit. We don't want you anymore. Good. You know what, Kenvi, we're building around you. Go fuck yourself. What a fucking dumpster
Solo's
org.
really good. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, next team. Golden Guardians. Our spring finalists. Can they have the same success? Now, one piece of context.
Probably.
One piece of context. They kind of sucked in the regular season after that win streak. They're sucking.
They're so up and down. It is.
Licorice might have been the 15th best top laner in the league at one point. Remember that one game he played Lee Sin and he literally didn't do anything but just kick people?
Okay, they got it.
They were like, you're so bad, just go on Lee Sin and play.
Yeah, I with the competition though, I think like literally the only team that could beat them out for a top 3 spot is 100 Thieves.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
100 Thieves, really?
Yeah.
We'll get to
it eventually.
Golden
Guardians. Other man, they've been
I
playoffs.
will 4 to 8. Yeah,
Maybe 4 to 8 probably. Yeah, I'll give them that. They're probably competing with NRG for.
This is gonna be the split that's going to either make or break Sticks A's.
Oh, this is the soup. Probably should call this tier the soup. Oh, guys, MP is making playoffs. That's what it means. Okay, for anyone who's watching this on the replay. All right, who we got next? We have FlyQuest.
FlyQuest. Okay.
They upgraded.
They literally just traded freaking
Ayla and Winsome for Vulcan, and they keep the roster the same.
Well, why didn't they not just play Winsome?
We never said these orgs were good at making decisions. We were,
yeah,
right?
like Vulcan would have been a lot better on NRG.
My biggest problem with the roster is I didn't like the way this roster was constructed anyway. You guys know that, I've said that in the preseason. My other biggest problem now, knowing we've seen Vicla's, is Vicla's brain going to work anymore? If his brain works, it could be a pretty good roster. Peak, this roster could be second place or first place. I mean, they were first place at one point.
What country is speaking from? It says is it China?
He's from North America, actually.
No, but no, because it says country and it has a flag over it.
Yeah, he was born there, but
he was born in China, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's lived here though.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
So where we have FlyQuest? I have FlyQuest making playoffs.
I got him top 3.
You have him top 3? Yeah, I was gonna say top 3 too.
I got top 3.
I don't know how you don't have Golden Guardians at least third. To me.
I would, but
this is an order. It can go either way.
No, I got Golden Guardians 4th. I think my biggest issue with Golden Guardians, looking at them, it's still at 80 C position. Sticks 8. Yeah. Sticks 8 is their weakest link. Like
the problem here is, do you think with these teams, it'd be FBI edging out Sticks 8, right? But then you're playing with Gory and River. They're better than Contracts and Palafox.
But who do you think is better? Sticks 8 Huhi or FBI and Ignar?
Well, yeah, here's the thing, though. The meta's moving away from ADC, I think. Now.
You don't think so, man? No way, dude. I think this would be somewhat favored to ADCs.
Yeah, but
right? It should be, right?
Not as much, and I still think with how the team has performed in their competition now, I feel like, yeah, I mean, 100 Thieves or NRG could contend, but I feel like they might have the experience still to hold them off and get top 3, at least in the regular season.
All right, where's next? Evil Geniuses? Fuck me.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll somehow get fucking like 8th.
I think they'll get 8th and they'll get 8th.
I think they get like 7th, 6th.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Also, I want people to notice this with these summer splits. If you get 7th and 8th, you do not get a second chance. That you're in the losers bracket. You automatically get no second chances. So if you were 7th and 8th, you might as well be screwed.
Yeah.
In that case, Evil Geniuses. I don't have time to rant. They'll somewhere be here at the bottom. Revenge. I don't care what pro players say. Revenge is dog shit. Mm-hmm. Armal is fine. Okay, we know everyone knows Armal's ceiling. Joseph Pion kind of ran it down in spring. Can he bounce back? Maybe.
I think he'll bounce back a bit. I do think Armal will be all right.
Unforgiven is good, but he's being paired with Ayla, and Prince couldn't even play with Ayla.
I think Ayla.
Yeah. Unforgiven's gonna not do as well as people think, just like Jack Spectra.
But I only think that's just because he's paired with Ayla. I think that's only because of his partner. Only just because.
He also played with Dog Shit Destiny, so yeah.
Destiny's a great support, man. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I mean, I do think Ayla might rebound a little bit, but I still don't think he's gonna be good.
Can he play Rakan and Thresh like he's not fucking autistic as hell?
Yeah, I don't know. But again, I still won't be good, but I think he won't just drag down the team.
He played Rakan like Stevie Wonder if you play Rakan.
Yeah.
Making literal blind engages.
Yeah, and Revenge can do fucking whatever.
Revenge can play Scion, right?
No, he'll die like 8 times. He can play
he can play Fiora, right? His Fiora game against Fudge was great. Remember that?
He can play Temu.
All right, who we have next? We have Dignitas,
Rich, Santorin, Jess, and Tomo Diamond.
All right, let's put this there. All
right,
now we have these two.
Wait, hold on. Who's their support?
Diamond.
He's pretty bad.
You pick Diamond over Zates, whatever. I will say, listen, Diamond has been basic. before like when he was on Cloud9 Academy. Yeah,
I remember he was on FlyQuest, man. I remember that. He was bad.
Yeah, but when he was on Cloud9 Academy, he was like easily the best support in the league for 2 years in a row. And I was also happy for him because the guy's been in the scene since like 2011, and he was like 26 when he finally got the chance on FlyQuest. So that was impressive, kind of like a Ruckus or Ruckle, whatever his name is. No. Well, I think that's what's that support that was on Fnatic for a split this year?
Rux. Illiterate.
I don't care. I'm calling him Uncle Ruckus because he's shit.
Yeah,
but anyway, and he wasn't. I don't think he was like terrible. He was like 8th, but that's still bad. He did not like adjust as very well. I do think part of it had to do with like just not gelling with the team, like with his play style, but still. And he also fucking stole kills so many times.
My thing here is with Diamond, I think it's a situation of good in academy, but when it comes to the big leagues,
he's basically the like the guard of the getting through to LCS.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's why I feel like. I mean, what the thing here is, I don't know why people have been so nice to Tomo. Tomo has played a tiny bit better than Spawn did, but he's still not good.
There's flashes where he's like as good as like.
He can get 5 more CS than Spawn.
Jesus, there's flashes where he has like great games like Luger, but those are very few and far between.
Yeah, Jensen, he be trying. Santorin is existing, and they have a bitch.
Yep.
I fucking hate, man. Throw Frost in the garbage, man. Fuck, who constructs this dog shit? All right, Cloud9. How are you feeling about Cloud9? Cloud9 internationally, as of recently, has been shit in the bed. But domestically,
they won a best of 5.
I hate you so much.
I mean, they did. I mean, that's more than Mad Lions.
They won against our own team.
Mad Lions. Mad Lions got clapped in under 17 minutes.
The only best of 5 they won against was Golden Guardians.
Come on,
that's our own team.
That's better than Mad Lions.
I hate you people. I hate both of you. How is domestically? How is Cloud9?
Team that literally got Herald and just said, "Fuck it, we're going down mid lane and killing them."
Mad Lions went undefeated at MSI.
Fudge flapped door.
Mad Lions set a record for how fast they can freaking lose by a Western team. 16 minutes and 47 seconds. That will be etched in league history.
I don't think anyone's gonna break that. That can't be broken anytime soon, given all the circumstances.
T1 was the only team that lost faster. T1 the only other team that lost faster.
Yeah.
T1 has both records. Good.
Now, Cloud9 domestically. Okay, so it all depends off the are they burnt out from MSI? If they're not as badly burnt out from MSI, then they'll do fine. But there might be a point in the season where they start slumping. That has happened with a lot of MSI teams. They start off good, and they start slumping.
I think it's be opposite. I think Cloud9's going to come off to a rough start, and then they're going to pick up. Cloud9 always finally
pick top up 3.
Yeah,
top 3. Yeah,
and 100 Cs.
Yeah, save the.
We get back to Sunday. That means Sunday just left for nothing. Literally, we rented him to a team.
I called it. I said he's going to leave and come back.
But not this fast. You didn't call it. You said 1 year.
I say he's gonna come back. Yeah.
This motherfucker, they cut or tenacity, whatever the fuck happened. That motherfucker was going in damn near a split because the split.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like,
I'll be honest. So I feel like there's actually a world where all this shit with 100 Thieves, a split could magically work and they get first in regular season.
Fuck!
I'm not gonna lie.
I might get autism. I just imported autism into my brain.
It depends on the mid lane.
What the fuck did you? Oh God, Sean!
What? You think about it. Someday and closer for like the best players on their team.
What did you fucking say to me?
I mean, think.
Holy shit!
I didn't say it.
Come on, man.
I didn't say it's likely, you dumb
What's
shit.
That Baker meme? Dies of banger?
Yeah.
I didn't say it's likely. I said there is a world, though, because look, Someday and Closer played like the best on their team, so if they do so again, and then if And then if they're two, young players, then pick up the pace. Like if Quid shows up and he does like what Abadage did when he showed up.
And don't forget, don't forget the Rocket has to go. And Sunday's the best at letting the Rocket go. That's me. Come on, son. Because we all know Tenacity didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was out here too much playing with his hair after time. Yeah. Come on, son.
Yeah, but it's also just a competition. So with the weak competition as well, sort of like
if you watch those streams, every time Tenacity kept calling Beers and Daddy, that was so cringe. I'm like,
that was hilarious.
He'd be like, "Oh yes, Daddy." I was like, Beers is just there, like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Beers was just he didn't know how to fucking answer. He was just like,
I think that's what made him leave. He was just like, "Fuck me." Yeah, no. All
right. So, after your take, should I swallow these? Should I swallow my house keys?
What?
Don't do that.
I'm predicting them 3rd to 4th. I'm just saying it's a
possibility. I don't know, man. All right, here. I'll get my pen.
To me, the lowest I can see them going is 5th. Highest I can see them going 1st.
I can see them peaking. I can see that.
I think
this could gel though.
This is the problem people haven't been bringing up with 100 Thieves. That's the biggest issue is. Okay. What's the roster? Give me one sec. The roster, blah, blah, blah.
Sunday, Closer, Quid, Double F, Busio.
Dude, Double F and Busio were playing pretty bad for the most part of the split. They kind of lucked into playing that playstyle, which helped them out. But even when they went on their win streak, people forget, they didn't really play the best champions even on that patch. They played like the same bot lane many times because people forget, they couldn't even play the best bot lane on that patch, which was Caitlyn Lux. I don't know how much they've improved since then.
Because don't forget, a lot of times, I think one of those champions was always banned, or they always had a counter pick for it.
Right.
You don't want to play Lux into
Closer and Double Lift synergy, or Closer and Booster synergy is not there. I don't know how much it's developed since then. It could be better now, obviously, but we don't know that. Someday Closer worked out great, but that has to be a readjusted thing, right? I don't know. I think Quid will be better than Bjergsen, but I don't know if that'll instantly happen. But if it does happen, I think depending on how Quid goes with the team, I think they could be a top 4 team. Top 3, I really don't know. It really depends on how Double Lift steers the team.
Who do you think is going to be better than them?
Shit, that's the problem. Is we have such bad
the only
teams
two
in
teams.
fucking league.
It's only 2 teams I got better than them, and we already got them as top 2. Golden Guardians is a little bit coin flip. Golden Guardians and 100 Cs are a coin flip. Like,
I can see a world where Golden Guardians beats them.
And I can see a world where 100 Cs beat them.
Yeah,
NRG, I got no faith in that bot lane.
I really don't have faith in them.
I love FBI. I love FBI, but Ignar, I'll take Sticktail. I'll take Sticktail who he are FBI Ignar because Ignar is because you got to think about it like this.
Like I don't think
toe with FBI certain champions, but
I don't think this is a truly terrible roster. But given how they had so many issues, they could be top 3, and they finished 3rd on their win streak.
They're going to be top 5 by default because Team Liquid should be better. If Team Liquid
ever came into the form that people thought they would ever come into, I could see
Team Liquid should be where 100 Cs is and vice versa. But if Team Liquid doesn't get into form,
could Golden Guardians edge them out? Probably, maybe.
Yeah, no. Golden Guardians and Team Liquid should both edge out 100 Cs. But then again, we're looking at it like
Closer had a pretty bad split. Double F, he was playing League, trying to at least.
Yeah, he was.
Someday wasn't even a factor last split. He probably had
because his whole team was sick. Man, he was out there at home with the other guys sick. It was mostly JoJo. He said it was mostly JoJo sick. I was like, how sick was this dude? And then FBI got sick, and then Inspired got sick, and then was it Vulcan got sick?
Also, the other thing was adding it in a Korean mid is how are they gonna accustom this guy? Because we know if Korean players come over here or any Asian player, essentially, you got to kind of accustom into this stuff. It's not like
they hired the coach. The coach. Remember, they got the coach now that can speak.
Oh, they're Kane. He's Korean. That could work.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people say that, but there has actually been like a lot of situations weirdly where it seems like the opposite kind of sometimes plays out. Like in the beginning, they'll be better than
expected somehow, despite those worries. But then later on, those worries will seep through. And honestly, I think there's a
it could be a Vikla situation. He starts popping off real strong early on, and then kind of his brain ain't working.
That's the thing. I think there's a possibility where this could happen, and they end up getting first in regular season because the rest of the players gel well.
Vikla got corrupted by Sweet Old Obley. That's what happened. She Obley started teaching her how to say swear words. She started
flashing her titties in front of him. He was like, "Oh, yeah. American boobies."
I know they're not winning playoffs. If they win playoffs,
I don't know if these win playoffs. I might just jump off my bridge.
Like commit 9/11 2.0.
If they win playoffs, Chaz might get a blowjob that night, and I might just jump off a building.
Hey man, I'm gonna try to find Obley or Foosley, Valkyrie. I take Brooke too. I don't find Brooke attractive, but
I do. I'll put my whole face in her butt, suck on her shitter.
Hey, how about this? If TSM wins LCS Summer 2023, I'll shoot up Columbine.
Oh god! If TSM wins the LCS split, I would literally find Christiana and eat her butthole. Like literally just stick my tongue 6 inches.
Hey! I'm just saying it would be a great shooting because nobody would expect you to shoot up Columbine twice. Hey.
Yep. Oh. And you gotta do it on 25-year anniversary on 4/20/2024. 25 years.
TSM ain't winning the shit, but let's be honest here.
I'll make sure the bombs actually go off in the cafeteria.
Okay, Lord.
Need to jump, please. The music, Cole did not reflect the music. MSK or Mr. Blake. I was like,
I don't support Canadians and Justin Trudeau because that guy's fucking retarded.
The only thing I'm shooting up is on Haley Steinfeld's club up.
Butthole. Oh God.
No, club means pussy. It means.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm shooting up. I'm getting fully pregnant instantly, man. We're about to make Rush Hour 5. Up in this bitch.
Oh Lord! I'll say this though: if TSM make top 4, I'll eat my shoe on stream. The roster really shouldn't be making no top 4. There's a world maybe they can make top 4, but I just don't see it. I mean, the LCS is going to be full blown chaos this split. Golden Guardians, can they make it happen again? That's the thing is, doing it once is cool and all, but doing it again really makes sense.
What if they want split this time?
I'm canceling this channel.
Man, I kind of wish that TSM just decided to start Svenskaren and Biofrost.
We will be called the Golden Guardians Podcast. Season 1, Episode 1. Oh, God. I mean, 100 Thieves, there'd be a world where it all just comes together, Cinderella story, but...
Who do you think goes to Worlds?
We'll see. Difference with... This is 4 teams can go to Worlds. That 4th seed has to put the 4th EU seed to get that 4th spot. So if you lose your 3rd or 4th place match, it's not over yet. You got one more chance, which is good.
Despite all the EU 4th seeds being absolute dog shit every year, somehow this is going to be the year where they actually have a good 4th seed. Now that
what if they actually had a good one this year? It's not mad and we actually lose.
Yes, the 1 year where they implement this, they'll have a good one. So then it seems like no, NA's just shit.
Okay, don't forget. Last year, Mad got to Worlds without winning a single BO5. That's crazy.
Real quick, who do you think will be the top 4 teams in the LEC?
I still think G2.
I think G2.
Fuck.
Mad Lions. BDS.
They'll have G2.
Koi.
They'll have G2.
Vitality. If Vitality's the 4th seed, I'm not.
If Vitality's the 4th seed, I'm not watching that match. I'm gonna watch the highlights.
I'm telling you right now. I'm not gonna sweat one time. Like Vitality's top 4. All right, cool. Let's wait for them to start choking. They're gonna start choking around.
At some point, it'll happen. At some point, Vitality is a choke. Vitality is a choke org. They might all as well be porn stars choking on dick over there. That org has been choke artists since they've existed.
They're gonna find a way to let Photon get blown the fuck up. They're gonna have a team fight and Photon gonna get caught out and just let him die. I'm telling you, no, because that's all I feel is just let Photon get blown up. That's what it is. Just let the little Korean man get blown the fuck up. Like this is not the Korean war, people. You know you can save them. Yeah, just let the top laner die.
Chaz, I'm gonna need. Do you know how to clip out stuff from videos?
Do you know what Vitality should do? It's buy Inspired. Vitality should buy Inspired because I'm saying I'm sorry, guys. Vitality
Chinese and Korean don't always work. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, Chaz. This video clip out this portion here at 117.
117.
And then MSK needs to have it as a clip on his streams.
Oh, I need to clip the part where Ulquiorra said he made Orihime come. I need to clip that out.
Listen to it.
Oh, this when Berserker said the N-word. Oh, I remember this. Illegal. That's the thing. Also, the thing with Cloud9, this split is Sven's never really even had a breakout split yet.
Okay.
Oh, bitch,
nigga. or like how Jackie Chan, what's up, my nigga?
He's so black.
What's up, my nigga?
Oh God, he's so black.
Oh, man,
and he said it with the ER.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're learning another language. Accidentally, you'll say the N-word.
That's what happens when Berserk out here fucking with the black girls. Like, oh, it's all good. It's like, because like I told you, there's black girls that like Asian dudes, and it'd be like they won't put it with a black man, but they'll put it with Asian. And I'm like, it's like Told you, man, he out there fucking with little chicks from Compton. Like, we gotta get Berserk out of LA, man. He out there. We
gotta get that man a nice Korean woman. He needs to settle down with a nice Asian chick. Get his booty
or a nice white woman. Just do not give Berserker a black woman from Compton. That's the last thing he needs. He don't need some woman to try to give him cornrows. If you see Berserker coming in with some like cornrows or some dreads, just no, it's like he's been fully converted.
To play black.
he got traded to the black delegation for the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm telling you right now, man. Don't.
He got indoctrinated. He got indoctrinated into Tupac's cult, being in Compton. Holy shit!
Yeah, man. He gonna be hanging out with Kendrick next, saying yeah out the fucking thing, screaming "Sug life for life." I was like, nah, dude, that ain't it. Nah, but get your ass out of LA, man.
Camera screen.
Get the fuck out of LA.
It's accurate.
Ugly Asian with a white man. Yep.
And an Asian better just have fun.
That's how you get thrown in jail.
Hey, man.
Good Lord, having Tyrone dig down your booty hole, dig all your shit out.
Hey, man. Shit, you got Tyrone out here fucking these big old
this guy said
Asian women.
On the Dives. Have you guys seen the Dives newest episode yet? The longest one they've had? There's a comment where this guy said, I do not understand team loyalty in esports. What? Conventional sports have geographic reasons. I like certain teams because of players. Why would anyone give a crap about a team run by a douchebag going to another region? That's two conflicting statements. Wait, what?
Wait, what? I don't even know what he's saying, but if he's talking about why would you cheer for a team when it's just run by a money-hungry org that doesn't care?
You can argue that with any sport on this earth.
That's the same as sports. We all hate our owners. Does that mean we stop being fans of the teams?
Yeah, dude, I'll be honest. When Cloud9 wins, my heartbeat going crazy. The Eagles owners is retarded. But when the Eagles finally won a Super Bowl,
no, Jeffrey Lurie is cool. No, it's not like the Washington Commanders, Dan Snyder. If you were the fan of Washington and while he was the owner, you probably need your brain examined. Dan Snyder is the worst owner in the NFL. Besides
the Knicks owners, probably, right?
He makes the Knicks owner look fucking fabulous. Bob McNair of the Houston Texans. Is it Bob McNair or it was the one of the Houston Texans? That motherfucker, he didn't like black people. And this is black people play football. That's good. They help make me money. It's true, but I thought they're good for it.
No, Chaz, you should look up. Want to know one of the worst owners ever? Look up Harold Ballard, the old Leafs owner.
This guy said, "Who cares? I'm going to enjoy LCS even if they fail at Worlds. He won't be singing that same tune when these teams fail out. I know you won't say the same thing. You won't be keeping that same energy." Yeah, but the thing is here, I know the LCS sucks, so it's kind of like I just kind of root for my team to win a trophy every split, and if that doesn't happen, Whatever, I guess. I know I ain't doing shit internationally. That's why I root for the Asians that I have to root for in the other regions. Let's be honest here. These guys ain't winning shit.
What team is going off?
Besides Genji and RNG. I hope RNG can bounce back in the split coming up. I hope. I mean, one can only hope. Am I right, boys?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll send that thing to you on Twitter, Chaz. Yeah, there's more. There's a lot more to it. But
so the dive had 100 C9 first, FlyQuest second.
Yeah.
GG is third.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Fourth NRG.
Oh, that's too high for me. But okay. Where's one of the teams? Fifth or sixth?
Fifth.
Okay, it's the same thing as last year. All right.
The same thing as last split essentially, except EG's not the front runner to win the split because they collapsed. EG is sixth for them. Seventh is Team Liquid.
Okay.
Eighth is a tie between Dig and IMD. So and then 10th is TSM. No way TSM stands. Come on, man.
Bro. IMT ain't making no playoffs. If
IMT make playoffs, I'm throwing myself out a window. I'm good. What kind of league do we have here? If IMT is making playoffs,
like,
okay, anyway, I sent it to you on Twitter, Chaz. But yeah, watch that in your free time.
Like, if IMT makes playoffs, I'm flying out here and I'm looking at the Kardashian women's pussies. Like, I'm risking to catch whatever. Like, that's crazy. What? That is bonkers. IMT.
Oh, because this guy said Haunter slammed Academy. I hope Haunter slammed Academy. He's won 3 titles. What? Because he didn't like the way they said that Solo played better than Haunter. Solo was in the LCS, and Solo's not good. He's a real ghetto version of what Impact provides for teams, essentially.
Yeah. No, he didn't really slam Academy.
But saying someone flexes Academy means nothing. I mean, we know coming up that means nothing because players come from Academy and do dog shit, right? Flexing on Academy means nothing.
That was the same thing with Tenacity. They said he was running Academy. I'm like, okay. But
that's cool. You do that with the big boys?
Credit to him, though. Credit to Haunter. There have been many splits, though, where he should have been in other player spots when it comes to, like, side veteran roles over other players. But it's still not saying much because that's still, like, 8th out of 10th for top laners.
Yeah, when someone says a player's running Academy, I'm like, oh, that's great. Can you do it in the big boy leagues?
Yeah, the Diamond did, so I'm sure he'll do great, right?
One day you're gonna say Brazil's gonna win Worlds, and I'm gonna have a heart attack on stream.
Well, they will eventually.
I mean, Worlds is twerking shit. You see those Brazilians?
Chaz might have 5 kids by then. I might be a billionaire, and Brazil might still never win
I jokingly said one time that
you said Lau was gonna make it out of groups.
No, I did not say that.
You said Lau was going to win Worlds last year. I'm just kidding.
I said jokingly that Flying Oysters or DRX would win Worlds, but then DRX actually did.
When it went Worlds, I was like, wait a second. Cole was just trolling everybody. He was just joking.
Yeah, I was joking when I said Golden Gardens was going to make MSI. I was just joking. I didn't really want it to happen. I knew he was going to get blown the fuck out.
I was joking where I was saying Beatrice was going to leave, and now, man, he's not easy. I was like, oh, he actually did leave. Oh, they had to get rid of Owls because fucking Reddit was saying, oh, the team's going to get a new top later. I was like,
hey, man, that's how orgs work, man. Orgs will always tell you some bullshit in the preseason, but when push comes to shove, if you start playing badly they can replace you, they do.
This is when I say, like, when they say, oh, this guy has our full support, just to let you know you're getting fired soon. Like, Philadelphia said at the beginning of the season, Doc Rivers has a full support. Yeah, to a certain degree. If he choked another 3-1 lead or 3-2 lead. He got fired no less than 3 days later. They got rid of no.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna start the Nightwing podcast around 9 p.m. my time. I gotta take a little bit of a break after this. Yep. A decently long show. Went a little bit longer than I thought, but it's fine. Got everything wrapped up. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out? The summer split should start this week. Hopefully.
Because I'm gonna fly out there.
I'll start playing on stage myself.
I'm gonna try to rizz up Obviously, man, I'm gonna try to fuck her. If
I'm trying to riz up that
Forest-
girl, Jessica, who's on Valorant. I'm gonna try to riz up some Jing Yang Ming Yang Yang. Have me some ancient shiny secret kids.
Shit.
You
Fuck off.
stupid.
I'm trying to suck her booty hole for like a good 5 minutes.
I ain't
Taste
trying to do that, man.
I'm trying to taste the shit she had fucking last night.
Jesus fuck.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I would say, so Chaz, you're like watching a lot of like old League of Legends stuff. I'll say one thing I recommend is you can either watch like the remastered version or like the 5 to 6 part version. They're just as long. But the classic ones, the older ones in parts. But I recommend the LMQ documentary from Kudo. I recommend looking up, and also the incident with what happened with this player called Vasily.
No, I saw that one a while ago.
Or fucking beating it. Fucking
dude. I was like, man, I didn't know this league got down.
And there was like subtitles on YouTube on it, and it was just some guy edited it. So when he was like beating his wife, he just wrote random shit like Autobots roll out, Superman is landing.
I'm like, yo, I didn't know this shit was like.
Did you ever see that Double F interview he had with Travis, where Travis tried making Double F talk to that girl who was cosplaying as Caitlyn? Oh my god, that was cringe. That's just disgusting.
Well, that's what happened when somebody doesn't leave their house, doesn't interview.
Travis looked like he hadn't touched grass in like 5 years.
That took me forever to watch because I was cringe.
He looked like he stink. In that video, he looked like his balls was musty as fuck. Travis looked like he didn't wash his balls in like 5 years.
Travis looked like he
looks like he lives out in his fucking van.
Travis, those kind of interviews only work when you're like webcam. You can't do that shit IRL.
Travis kept saying he's not a journalist. He says he loves these players. He loves these players, but won't speak about the Danny situation. What a fucking bitch.
No, I wonder why.
Because he still wants to fuck that woman from EG.
She's married.
It don't mean shit. You know any motherfucker? Do you know any guy that knows Tim for marrying women for no reason?
Right?
You were stupid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shocked. Oh my god.
No, go up to the top there with that one. Yeah, click on that.
She was looking like scrumptious. I might put my face in her butt. I didn't taste her shit.
She's like 37 or something now.
That's fine. That's great. That's perfect. 37 is the new 20 now.
She can still get pregnant. She can still get pregnant at
37 is the new man. If her and Laura would tag team me, my dick be dry for like 6 months. My dick just wouldn't work at that point.
You stupid.
Oh Lord, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, Travis. Oh, he wants
man.
Travis. He wants to still lick Nicole's butthole, but I ain't working.
Married, but I don't mean shit. You know the guy that knows simp for married women. Like you not getting that, dude. That is
taken up.
Like ain't she had kids pop out of that shit? Like.
Yeah, sure.
And she's black too, so you know she only wants BBCs. She wants a 9-inch. Travis ain't got number heart 4 inches. Hey, let's not kid ourselves.
She married a white man, right?
Of course. I only wonder why.
I was about to say.
She didn't marry no black dude from Compton. Have her husband going to the LCS talking about a hood and the N-word and shit.
No,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, yo, dog. Hey, yo, what's up, my nigga? Where my wife at, cuz? Did she play that Lag of Legions?
Wait, hold on. So you're saying Afro Mood did that when you met him?
Probably he should have. He was white. He was a whitewashed black. He wasn't one of those still talking black.
To this day, I still say, I was like, you sure he's not Dominican? Because I was like,
he's black. You see his dad looks like a Tyrone.
Have you seen David Ortiz? That motherfucker's blacker than both of us, and he Dominican as fuck.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys. No LEC this Wednesday, so no show on Wednesday. We'll see you guys next.
LEC comes back on June 17th.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys. next Sunday after we recap the LCS games. Hopefully.
Or we're talking about more news.
And if not, we'll just have a show and we'll just talking show then. So then
we're talking about how
about the 8 ways I'm gonna eat out Shox' butthole, probably.
Yeah, that too. But the 5 players that who need to retire after this season. I already got 4.
We're gonna talk about my upcoming marriage to Brett Cooper.
No, we can talk about the top 5 players who beat their girlfriends the hardest.
Oh, Jesus.
So we got Reginald, Vasily, Dardoch, probably.
And we're going to talk about how TSM going over to
LPL. Forgiven. Apparently he joins 100 Thieves. Apparently that's going to happen too. Forgiven is not someone you want on a team. Please.
Well, he seems like a great guy.
He's a great guy, not toxic at all. for giving us such a piece of shit. After they lost to Samsung Galaxy at the 2016 semifinals of Worlds, he went on Twitter and said, "My team's full of chokers. Get me new teammates."
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
20 minutes after they lost. 20 minutes after they lost. What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, remember when he first joined Schalke and it was like his last team?
And
the very first game before it started, he was just like, listen, guys, no matter what happens from here on out, I love you all. And then 20 minutes later, when the game's lost, fuck this team.
He posted the standings and he had them flip a reverse. He said, "Yeah, if you reverse these standings, we're first place."
You're not wrong, but like think about this. Think about EG to this day, they out here fucking up and shit. It's like with not EG, Team Liquid like literally let Hasama go. It was like the minute they lost, Hasama was already back in the EU, LEC. 20 minutes. The minute they lost that fourth place match and couldn't go to Worlds, Hasama was already back in Europe. They let that mother go. Well, they started
literally after they lost to EG, his contract was terminated, and they're like, "Nah, you're the reason why we lost."
Not looking at their old ass support and like
old ass mid laner just fucking barely can use his hands anymore.
And Sam Torn, who's kind of breaking down. Don't and then they just they fucked over Whippo. They got their motherfucking like in Europe, but he's not on a team. But then he's content creation, doing content.
Same with Broxa. They had Broxa before. He can't find a job, so he's content creation. Why is Adriana Chedick licking an ice cream cone?
God, yeah, it's not just Broxa. It's fucking Whippo as well.
Oh no, she should not be licking it this way. No, oh no.
Oh, is it like the 2 girls 1 cup way?
Oh no. Oh.
When you want to look at it like that, first of all, I don't know if I'll marry her. I definitely fuck her though. Like one time.
Wait, is that the chess person?
Oh no, she does a respectable job. She works at an insurance company.
Yeah, she works at a car insurance company where she takes
never
where
mind.
she gets rear-ended a lot.
Jesus Christ. No, for some reason, I got her mixed up with that bitch who plays chess and is popular, but no, never mind. It's that bitch. It's that bitch who almost got paralyzed, okay?
Andrea Botez. I'd probably fuck her too, even though she's...
I liked her at first, but then she did a lot of bitchy things, and also she supported a lot of horrible things, that's what I'll say, where it made me like, I don't know if I can sub to you anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm like...
too bad. It was a good channel.
Let me taste her butthole.
Jesus Christ.
I finally saw Poke without her makeup. I was like, yeah, okay. This.
To be fair, the lights are going to be off, and she can't see your teeth, so it really wouldn't matter now, does it?
That's true.
Does she? I mean, if you have sex with a black guy, would you want to have the lights on? She really can't see him if he's.
I'm gonna just have her face down, just pound her ass and shit.
Oh Lord, Valkyrie is actually naturally cute, and I would definitely lick her fucking tits.
Unlike Pokimane, who needs to use shitloads of makeup.
Her and Brooke. Have you seen Brooke without makeup? Oh no, that's
one time.
Brooke without makeup.
Yeah, you're right.
Scary.
Yeah,
that ain't it, bro.
Just text Nate and be like, "Hey, your bitch is mine."
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Do that and you will die.
I actually got respect for Nate. I would do that to Courage. Or I know Courage is single though. Never mind. I can't do that.
Would you lick? Remember, guys, it's not Latigress anymore. It's Gabby Durden. That's Gabby.
I would look Tigress the fuck out of her, make her moan. Shit.
If she starts talking about league to me, I'll be like, all right, girl, I'm good. You can take that somewhere else.
I'll be hey girl, you about to get this bear in this snake pit. I'm about to give you this long dragon.
Yeah, I love how they hire somebody for a certain role and then they shove them into some other role that they have no.
They literally shoved Dash into the analyst desk on Valorant. If you watch the VTC Americas, because I was watching it pretty much the whole time, no Valorant that well. Dash was literally what he was doing on the fucking desk instead of hosting. He literally just an analyst desk person or analyst chair person.
Yeah,
except chairs in the lobby now.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, I think it's great.
They just basically fired Dash from one esport to put him on their other esport. Oh,
yeah, let's let Raz commentate on games next, because that's obviously his profession.
Oh god, no.
He's black, so they need their quota diversity hires for Riot.
They got the Spanish woman, they got the gay Hispanic, or if he's not gay, he's damn near close to gay.
Oh, you mean Rafa?
Yeah, I
thought he was just a budget Captain Flowers, honestly.
Oh god, no.
I mean, I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, he's a taco,
He was good. He was
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't give him more games to cast instead of fucking that bitch, but okay.
We need Latigris's legendary moan casting.
Hey.
Remember, they fired Dash for moan casting.
If I get a pentakill, I was like, oh yeah, I want her moaning. It's like, I want her moaning when I
remember part of the game. She was like, oh, CLG. I was like, woman, you are on live broadcast.
Yeah, well, I was like, whatever clip beside you.
I don't know what. I don't know if she has a butt plug in her butt. I don't know if her husband texted he was gonna lick her butt when she gets home. But goddamn,
knowing she had either she had a clip massager or she had one of those electronic.
Yeah, one of those remote control things.
And I think her husband, or maybe she had a cell phone close to wherever it was, and it vibrated at the right time, and I don't know, because that's not a sound. I'm like,
what, did you not like that Drake and pick call? In the CLG game.
No, it was worse. She did a Mumu oppression. I was like, "Are you talking to the audience like they're 5? Are you a kindergarten teacher?"
See, that
I think she has the wrong profession. I think she's
what's great about those as well is that she does them like 10 seconds late. It's like somebody will die from like a zillion bomb, but then like 2 seconds later, she'll then start doing the tick, tick, tick. It's like it's already passed. Stop.
They're done.
Oh my goodness! So good job, Riot. You traded out Dash for porn moan casting.
The thing is that in her first split, she wasn't even that bad, but it was obvious, it shouldn't have been a permanent option, and this is why.
She needs to be doing interviews.
Yes, that's what she was for.
She needs to have the Shocks role. That's all she really needs to be.
Shocks or lore, or
it's fine with the. Why do you?
I don't want to hear.
Yeah, listen with the European girls. I'm not saying women have to know their place, but I'm kind of saying that she needs to know her place a little bit. Like Shocks and Laura know their place. They're not gonna go up there and be like K-Drill or be like, what's her name?
Best
Medic
esports host 2 years
getting
in a row.
interviewed by K-Drill be funny. Yo, K-Drill. How you? If K-Drill even asked me something, so it was like, how you and Kitty doing? I'm trolling. I would troll the fuck out of her.
Do you think Kitty would let me like lick her butt for like 5 minutes at least?
She gonna let K-Drill do it.
Jesus Christ.
K-Drill here. That motherfucker is the only one that can fumble the bag and still get the girl. I'm like, I don't know about him, man. He got that riz. He got that nerd riz. It's like,
all right, guys. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Actually,
hopefully.
Oh
no. It will be next Sunday.
But we'll have a show. We just won't know the results of the show until Thursday.
I recorded the clip of Berserker saying the N-word, so I'll send it to you.
All right, guys. Peace. See you guys next week. Deuces.